fight the power like Big Chuck.
What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace, the Dark Chameleon.
Peace to the
Listen, check it, yo. It was a cold April morning under the constellation Aries. The moon was 85% under the luminaries. From the celestial waters to the womb my soul was carried. Then my mother gave birth to a warrior and visionary. But when I speak this truth, I feel like nobody hears me. Every once in a while, I get sight to someone blind, floating on the globe in a heliocentric lie. Dilate your pupils the more you open your eyes. The truth is sitting in plain sight like a disguise. Until my mother's death is revenge, I won't feel satisfied. It haunts me when I think about the phone call when she died. A river worth of tears shed from my eyes. So I looked up at the sky and I asked God why. It's been 21 years, I'm still waiting for a reply. Since birth I've been at war to attack our undeveloped minds. Indoctrination camps making us dumb, deaf and blind. I'm always thinking solutions, we are running out of time. The dirty witchcraft is weak, I see through all the lies. I clearly analyze all the symbols and the signs. When I connect dots, the truth starts to align. The people are the power, you can never eclipse my shine. I say the truth hurts, but the truth will set you free. They say hell burns and there's a one-way ticket for me. You create your heaven or hell whether or not you believe. I'm God and Satan, I have to balance out my chi. One day these seeds I plant will bloom so you can be all you can be. Never give up and always hold your head high, cause you are God, there's no need to look to the sky.
HURYKANE 313.
This a breath of the ancestors. With this time a hawk, you get your head severed. Creep up in the building, get the fair records. My Beretta was gold plated with the suppressor. Feel the pressure of heavy rates, nothing lesser. I'm the god of storms, I control the weather. So clever, you fools should know better. When I come through better until the storm shelter. Flow better, hip hop is forever. We take the government down, we write no letters. Take hold of the crime, we make the throne better. I turn this whole world into a Coachella. Pick up the pack of a pistol, pop you like nipple simple. People pack the pistols, the population of evil tremble. I resemble the revolution, no ancient temples. Haters better watch your tone, or they get dismembered. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. Cracking bottles overhead to make them wobble. Don't like the TV show, nigga, just change the channel. Genocidal, these lyrics might hold the title. Carry Bibles, mind goons that carry rifle. Very tribal, sometimes be very primal. 8 or 15, I'm killing every rival. They say it's mediocre, cut you up into pieces and leave your body parts inside your easy sofa. Be the soldier, you see my soldiers, they creeping over. Parkour type shit, you see us sleeping over. Jack your chain, you understand, you catching hands. Kick your ass through the van, I think you dead, man. Fuck a fizzle, the fragile fickle. Feel like I got a blast at the government quicker than anybody, nigga. Split your body apart and throw you in the river. This the revolution, you gotta deal with us. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed.
You better watch your tone to get your head severed. It's my new Michael Knight car right here. It's the new and equipped. Michael Knight is in progress. Peace to Alan Warren, Hurricane, Eyes Wide Shut, Not Know, and Can a Dummy. I don't know, Can a Dummy? It's like a question. Or it's like almost saying Canada Dummy. Man, I be watching these police videos. Let's see if I could try and share one of them. There's this one I want to share. Shut up. Oh, man. You better watch your tone to get your head severed. Yo, Hurricane, you still here? I like that song you did. This one right here. Hold up. This song came out dope. Breath of the Ancestors is now my one of my favorite jams. You know, besides Abyss. But I also like God of Storms. Breath of the End. I said Loud Pack is dope. Yup. That's all right. Expert is fire. Damn, is it Loud Pack? I think it's Go Berserk or Loud Pack. Let me see.
Hurricane 313.
This is it. You be like smoking on the swisher. Yo, when you did that 3-6 Mafia style, that shit, man. That shit hit, man. Perfect. It made the song even doper when you did that. I feel no remorse when I hit ya. Split your fucking head like a swisher. Bullets flying at you like I'm on the mound as a pitcher. Your mom's a gold digger. Let's see, anyway. I should have played that track. I know you dropped your new album too. I think Hurricane dropped another album. Today's Valentine's Day. No Valentine. Who gives a fuck? Yo, what the fuck is going on here? Alright. Well, actually, no, I need that. Where are you? Here's the Dio McNeil. Where you at? Here's the Dio. Oh, Yahweh ended up going live. Come on, man. This fucking thing. Let me find out. This is insane. Let me see. Oh. I'm not even sub to this guy. Now I am. Very interesting, my friend. Very interesting. Now, which is the one I want to play? What is it? This one? Armed home invasion. I forgot which one. Let's see. Is it this one? I think it's this one where this dude gets beat up. Don't ever disrespect me with commercials. What the fuck's wrong with you? I'm doing it again, YouTube. See, this is the shit I'm talking about, YouTube. You're always disrespecting. How about you renew these in your mouth? You guys don't have this right. You're illegally detaining me. Shut up. Stop resisting. Bing bong. Stop resisting. But the guy's hands are jammed under his stomach. I forgot which one I wanted to play. Where he did such a good argument. This dude Brian's good at what he does. I think this is the one. So let me see if I could share my screen. Let's see what happens. First off, how long is this video? A half hour? Son of a fuck. It's the L. Well, damn, I don't know a better way to share this without, because I know as soon as I share, it's gonna fuck everything up, man. I gotta figure something out, man. I gotta start making more money. Because I need more material things, unfortunately. Actually, I don't need them. I want them. Let's rephrase that. Because technically, I don't need none of this shit. What's up, Dom? How's today in hell?
I'll salute you with a hello.
Uh,
Are we speculating today? Are we going to talk about aliens or giants? No?
No aliens.
Okay. It's speculate for Saturday. I just figured we could speculate about something. Tall trees? Ancient trees? Can we speculate about those?
It's so close to all the answers to this stuff, but so far, you know, especially the tall trees. I'm like right there. We got the evidence of a tree stump. Then what's his name? Roger at Mud Fossils. He's one of the first people I watched, I think, that talked about these Titan trees and how he can prove. So that's when I started to look up how trees look under a microscope, and you get the hexagonal shapes. And I said, damn, as from micro to macro. Yeah, so am I, Hurricane. But I'll have enough time to sleep when I'm dead, man. And that ain't too long away. If I have at least 30, 40 years left, that's going to fly by. And it's not even going to be enjoyable because the older you get, the more decrepit you get. But whatever, we'll see what happens. We'll see what the fuck happens.
We can speculate about that as you age, what it might or might not be.
Oh, yeah. Let me just...
Will it affect the neurochip?
The neurochip?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, really? Let's see, where is this now? Interesting. Plants are fucking awesome. Like when you start to realize how advanced plant life is. Oh, these people think they're slick, man. They are slick, you bastards. These bastards. I give it to them, man. They're slick. They are slick. But maybe not slick enough. Because I always find a way around. That's why they don't like Chuck. The evil entities don't like Chuck. When they see me, they start to retreat.
Are we speculating, or can you confirm that?
I confirm that. Let's see, where are these hexos? Hexagon is 6 shape, 6, right? Yeah. Yo, stop playing with this bullshit. We've detected unusual activity from your network. To continue, complete the security checkout. Like, what the fuck is this? A virtual toll booth? Sick and tired of this fucking bullshit, man. Let's just fucking go to war already. so we could starve on the battlefield. We'll have to wipe our hands with our sock. I mean, our app. Turn our socks inside out and wipe our ass with them and then put them back on.
Who are we going to war with? Some robots or a computer? Or self? I like that.
So,
Should we send, reinforcement if you're going to start attacking yourself?
maybe. It might be a necessity. Send me back up. He's attacking himself.
Give him some space. Put him in a body. Let him fight himself.
Fuck, what the hell did I just do? Huh. Interesting. I turned
your,
the screen.
Sorry, Charles. I was going to inquire, how's your roommate? Where's he at right now?
Still in the hospital.
Okay.
It's not looking good.
So is he on support of some sort?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he conscious?
No.
No.
They're pretty much begging me to let him go, and because I told him I'm not gonna have them do the, what is it called, where they cut the throat and put that tube in. And come to find out with the complications, just as I had told my roommate, you got to get up and exercise. You can't just sit around all day and expect positive results. I used the pond water to explain to my roommate. I said, what happens to a pond? I said, you know what a pond is? I told my roommate, I said, there's no water that flows in or out for the most part. Unless they put some ponds have, they put these waterfall things in the center of them, and that kind of gets water to flow that way. But other than that, ponds just sit there and there's no flow of water. It stinks. It starts to get nasty moss, and it just, stagnant water is terrible. So I said, what do you think happens to the body? You sit on this bed day in and day out. You don't move. Your body isn't circulating the blood too much, and then drinking soda all day. I used to tell my roommate, you got to drink more water. Oh, water tastes like shit.
Sorry, Charles. I'm missing. I was going to say something. I'm missing something. Is he conscious right now when he's in a hospital? Is he conscious right now? What's that?
No.
Okay. So what you're sharing is what you've shared with him in the past?
There was a lot of complications that was going on that my roommate wasn't addressing, So
if he wasn't
addressing, he didn't know.
Okay.
But that's what's causing the effects of the health to be times 10 now.
Okay. So obviously you shared all this information a while back.
Yeah, I tried to, but nobody wants to listen to no one unless they got a white jacket on.
Maybe, but at this point, he's not conscious. So therefore, whatever he did or didn't do back then,
it don't matter now.
Well, these are his rewards. So now, who pays for all of this, keeping him alive?
Me.
You? Your insurance? What?
Yeah, taxes.
Okay, so the government pays in some way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to understand, why the hospital would, ask you, do you want to keep him alive or not?
They put me, my roommate put me down as a, what do you call that? They couldn't do anything without my okay, put it that way. And my roommate did that for a reason, but, I want to ask a question. What would you think if, all right, my roommate was supposed to come home. My roommate was talking, was up. Everything was fine.
was supposed to come home to say I talked to them now. So we're supposed to come home, let's say in the morning. I get a call at 3 a.m. saying my roommate stopped breathing all of a sudden. 2 times within a week, this shit happens at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think it was 3 times. And I don't believe in coincidences. I asked them, what nurses are working this shift? Why is this happening at the same time every day? Never in the daytime, just at 3 a.m.
Yeah,
It's like
REM
somebody's
sleep.
fucking up.
Could be a REM sleep.
Mm-hmm. And it's ridiculous.
But for who's it ridiculous for?
It's just ridiculous, these hospitals.
Okay, question: do you get the sense that your roommate has the will to live? If you're being honest, Charles. Well, come on, Charles. You must have seen how. Okay,
it's up to Jesus.
Okay, again, we are doing speculation Saturday, are we not?
That's up to Muhammad.
Okay, deflection. Let's play the speculation game just a bit. Okay, because there is studies on this kind of stuff. Okay, so the way he was eating or drinking, he really wasn't leaning towards trying to keep that vessel healthy, right?
Yeah, they were begging me to kill my roommate.
No.
Pretty much. They sat there for 45 minutes and said nothing but negative things to me, and then asked me, how do I feel? These people are narcissistic.
Okay, put aside the hospital and whether there's gangsters there or security guards. I was kind of talking about your roommate. That's the person that you know. Do you get a sense that he was actually leaning towards wanting to live at this point in his life?
No.
Okay.
So at this point, I want to die. Fuck this.
There's people, I'm only sharing that because there has been studies on that where people would be taking medicine, but it was never taken because they weren't being honest. The will is a very strong thing. Now, to deflect and worry about what the hospital says or doesn't say, they're just throwing, they're like casualty at this point because they don't have that authority unless he signed it off.
I know, but I also see how the hospital will take a patient and hook them up to that machine.
Sure, make a buck.
And drag it out for a week to charge the state money.
Yeah. Well, it's no different if you went to the casino and you started losing money. I could tell you, Charles, it's rigged against you, but you're going to try to, or somebody's going to try to win their money back. I said, good luck with that.
I just don't like the hospital, man.
Okay, you don't.
Killed a lot of people.
But you're not the one that's in the hospital, are you?
It might be one day in that shithole hospital.
But this is, Charles, this is about being in the moment. You're not the one that's in the hospital. Okay, so when you realize it's not about you, then you could make it about other people. This is how people break away just a little bit from
exactly what I had a problem doing, though, Dom. My problem was not making it about me, and that was difficult. I was trying not to think selfishly. I was trying to think from a viewpoint of not choosing no sides, which I did.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, this is where the concept of it's a simple word. How does it serve? So let's say it serves you that you don't like hospitals, but how does it serve your roommate, the reason why you're there? It's not like as though you go there randomly to visit some total stranger, where some people do. My mom used to do that, and she still does that. She'll go aid other elderly people.
Yeah, bless her for that.
Well, because she's proving, a lot of women prove over and over again, it's not about them. I get when men say things, I don't want to be there. I said, but how have you been living? What do you mean? Well, you go to McDonald's, you smoke cigarettes, you drink like a fish, you sleep erroneously. And now,
I told my roommate, I'm not going to see my roommate hooked up to these machines, and my roommate understood because we talked about it already.
Okay.
But
so knowing that, then your roommate and you have made a discussion about it. Unfortunately, there's some legal papers involved that you kind of still have to make a decision. Am I off by that or no?
I didn't sign any papers.
No, but he might have, or somebody might have.
Maybe he did.
Okay. So
I already gave the okay to, because they asked me, do I want to have them operate and open up my roommate for the complications? and just lay there like a vegetable, and 95% will not recover. And I was like, just let them go.
Well, that's what happens, unfortunately, Charles. When a lot of people don't take care of themselves, they probably don't even do their due diligence. If I do go to a hospital, or if I get into a car accident and I die, what do I do? Again, that tells a lot about people. Where there's other people that actually spend time thinking, do I have my will ready? Should I be cremated? You know, there's a lot of things, you know, when we're in these vessels. So in this particular case, it sounds like your roommate, for whatever reason, it's kind of confirming he really gave up the will to live a while back. At that point, I can relate in some moments, we're just existing. And a lot of people are existing. Those are usually, a lot of people will favor a war because they don't value suicide, but they're okay to kill other people. And hopefully they'll get killed in the battlefield. Which, hey, it's not a bad thing, Charles, but it does aid depopulation, by the way.
I just don't want to make that choice. I feel as though that's not up to me to make that choice. That's up to
so who should
whoever, nature or whatever, makes the decision to stop our heart from beating.
Not everybody has the luxury of giving up the ghost, and then that's it. For a lot of people, there's going to be a lot of suffering, whether they're in a coma state or not. So in this case, you don't want to make the decision. Who's next to make the decision? The hospital?
Well, I already did now. I mean, fuck. I could get a call tonight saying, actually, I just told them, let my roommate die in peace and die and not in pain.
Okay. Well, their job is to keep...
I'm not going to have them cut my roommate open just to lay in the bed, fucking not talking, not even just laying there. There's no life whatsoever. I'm gonna have them cut my roommate open, and the way they're explaining everything, it was to the point where the operation would be pointless. You know, I don't know. That's what they're saying. I'm not a doctor. I don't operate, so I don't. I'm just going by what they're saying.
Well, you know, you can go on YouTube. There's a lot of people that have done work, and they'll explain what the procedures are. So, is he on life support? Okay. Yeah, is he on life support?
Triectomy or whatever you call that.
Okay. But right now, is he on life support, Charles?
What do you mean? Have the machine breathing for?
I don't know. That's one of them. Is that, or is this something else?
I don't think the machine's breathing for him, but it's helping.
Okay. And you're saying that he's not conscious? He's not conscious?
No.
Is he in a coma?
No. I don't think it's a coma, but it's the medicine they were saying has my roommate just out of it. It doesn't answer, it doesn't talk. So I'm saying it was just odd for my roommate to be, because I remember the nurse said we asked your roommate if he wants to go home, and my roommate answered back with shrugging the shoulders. I was like, like that, was up and talking. And then by that morning, my roommate stops breathing. Like, something was fishy there, and this kept happening. Whoever's working that shift, it kept happening at that time. I see the pattern, and I'm like, there's got to be some faulty nurse or something. I see this pattern too much, and every time I'd ask questions, the nurses, try to. It's like any nurse or cop or anyone, a fireman would do. They're not going to rat their fucking people out. They're going to try to avoid these questions and not answer them. But
okay, so knowing all of that, Charles, you probably can't confirm or denounce what you just said. So at this point, what can you really do if you want to do for your roommate? Because regardless of, okay,
I already did it. It's over.
Okay, good enough. My apologies then, and we can end it there. Because really talking about the nurse being speculated that maybe there's a security guard in there, he's going to actually inject needles into patients, that's all speculation, which, hey, we can entertain and all that. But unless you can prove it.
I didn't say a security guard. I was saying a fucking retarded.
It could be anybody, Charles. It could be anybody. But when you're talking online publicly, you got to be very wary, because you could be making accusations that could actually be held against you and everybody else here. So I get it. We want to speculate the possibility that your roommate might recover, might not recover. because outside of that, sure, you could look at any industry and find out there's some hideous underground. They're going to let them die so that eventually there can be some organ transplants, which could happen.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't help his situation. It doesn't help his situation.
Life's a cunt.
Not really. If life was a cunt, then you wouldn't be breathing. Our existence. Yeah. Oh, you breathe it in every day. It's there, whether you want it or not. Every being needs it. But
if life was a cunt, I would be licking it.
Maybe.
Whoa! What the fuck? Oh, son of a bitch. Let's speculate on these 13 months real quick.
Okay.
I've been pretty curious about these 13 months.
13 months, 28-day cycles?
I knew the question was gonna, that's crazy. I was thinking this morning, I said, someone's gonna ask me about my roommate soon.
I'm sorry, Charles, if I over elaborated the conversation, so but we can
it's all right. I knew someone was gonna ask me sooner or later. It's all right. I knew the day would come, but I just didn't think it would be this fast. My roommate was just fine last month, and my roommate goes to the hospital and is fucking dead.
But you openly admit that you were trying to help him with his diet, and he wasn't concerned about that. It's always fun when I hear people talk about their diabetes or they had a heart attack or something or cancer, and then they turn around and say, "But I was healthy last week." No, you were probably just waiting for some better. Most of us are not healthy if we're being honest, and the body absorbs even more. So, if we're being honest, and that would take a lot of effort on us to really understand our energies. You could do the best you can to steward your vessel, but are you around Wi-Fi? Probably. Are you in noise pollution? Probably. Are you drinking and showering with fluoride? Probably. So we shouldn't be shocked. We shouldn't be shocked when the body starts going into disease mode.
Yeah.
How many people actually? Go ahead. Go ahead, Charles.
The fucking nurse was like, "There's some sort of infection in the lungs," and I said, "Yeah, have you guys fixed the problem with the lungs?" And the nurse or doctor was like, "Yeah, we treated that problem." I said, "Treated it? Really?" I said, "No wonder they call you guys doctors. You doctored the problem." I said, "You didn't cure it. You just treated it?" I didn't know these words when I was younger, and they'd be like, "Yeah, we're going to treat the problem now." Hey, that's all they ever do is treat these problems. They don't ever cure them. It's wild to me. That bothers me.
Charles, I want to intercede here. Have you ever really had an in-depth conversation with a doctor or physician before?
Yeah, fuck them all.
Okay, no. I'm asking you, have you ever had an in-depth conversation?
Yeah.
Okay, and do you understand what they have to go through?
They remind me of crooked mechanics.
I didn't really ask you if you already had a slant on them. I'm just asking if you've actually had an in-depth conversation, because I know you hate certain things. I can honestly say, Charles, probably not.
No, hate is a strong word. I don't think I hate.
Okay, but have you really had a conversation with just one or two doctors? Okay,
plenty of them.
Have they told you what they go through on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you think that would be a very easy job or a very challenging or manageable job?
Most of them become numb.
Okay. And when you're around people sick all the time, do you think there's a chance that, they might miss things and be, like you said, numb to things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now I get when people go in there and say, "But it's my child, it's my parents." I said, yeah, that may be true. But these people are here all the time. Like, do you have cousins or friends that are nurses?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. Okay, but if you ever did, it'd be nice to have a conversation with them and maybe hear from their view, whether it's ignorant or not, what they have to go through on a regular basis. It's like talking
I had a
about
friend
teachers.
that worked in and I've worked. It's not a well, it's across from the hospital. It's kind of like, I don't want to say an old folks home, but rehabilitation. It's set up like an old folks home, but it's a rehabilitation. And I used to have a job there doing dishes. And man, it's not just old people, it's any age. My grandfather was in there too. And them places are terrible. My aunt and my grandfather were in that place. And yeah, some of them work hard. I don't know about now, but back then,
I'm not thinking about working hard. I'm just saying what they go through, Charles. This is called about being empathetic.
Yeah, imagine lifting up someone that can't fucking go to the bathroom on their own, and you got to wipe their ass and lift them up and fucking wipe their ass and wash them down every day, probably 3-4 times a day.
Yep, very true. And some of them would rather stay in their shit to keep them warm. At that point, you're just buying time.
What? Did you just say they rather stay in their shit to keep them warm?
No, so that they can stay warm. I'm not talking about the people that work there. I'm talking about some of the patients. But again, probably. Charles, if we're talking about other people like the government that have shown clearly either they're ignoring the masses or they have no empathy. So then if they're not being empathy, then we have to be empathetic towards each other. If not, then we're expecting the government or other organization to do it for us. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of doctors aren't plotting to kill people. There could be some, and there could be people that are probably from rich family and they just got a doctorship. But talking to people opposed to arguing with people, it probably serves more. But I get it. People come into a conversation. I don't like certain people. Then you're not really going to have a conversation with them. You're going to try to have many of those gotcha moments. If that serves. For me, it doesn't serve. If I was a cop and I heard people arguing with me, I'm like, I wish I was more than just a cop. If I was a doctor, it'd be the same thing. Like, I'm not going to, it's like me, okay, I'm an electrician. If a customer I'm talking to, but then they're all aggressive and all that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to step away for a bit because I'm not going to tell them to time out. Because I'm here to do a job as best as I can. If you don't think I'm good at my job, then hire somebody else. But for a lot of people, when they're in those situations in the hospital, beggars can't be choosers. I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with the system, but it's how you present yourself as a human being to another human being tells a lot about you. If not, then the cops are going to be exactly what other people say they are. And I'm not saying all cops, but they're going to look for it. I get it, Charles. You don't want to be in the hospital. That's fine. So then you're going to do your due diligence, take care of yourself and all that kind of stuff. All the power to you. But there will be a time, let's say you get hit. I don't wish this upon you, but let's say you get hit by a scooter or a bike. Next thing you know, what are you going to tell them? Say, no, just leave me out in the street. Don't put me in the ambulance. You might be that kind of character. There's an old saying, if you don't see the change you want to see, then be the change.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Charles.
Sorry about that. That was fucking rude as fuck. I didn't realize the birth was gonna be fucking so savage. I think Harma is committing a genocide right now. Like, I wanted to talk to the Asian doctor, but there was like 5 doctors sitting down, all saying negative shit to me all at once. Looks like they look like parasites wanting to feed off my sadness. But seriously, I wanted to talk to the Asian doctor and ask him.
Okay, but
why do you
were they being negative?
Western medicine? Okay. No,
but were they being
one.
Okay,
what?
I was going to say, were they being negative or were they being honest of the situation? Because when you go in there, well, a lot of people go into, well, not a lot of people, some people go into a situation, they're already slanted themselves. They're not being in the moment. They want everything to be positive. I want my dad or my mom or whoever to be healthy. Those are nice ideals. But then there's the honesty part, the real part. And then you give the benefit of the doubt, hopefully, benefit of the doubt, you're going to slant it towards positive, that the person that's the specialist is going to be honest, even though their hands might, or his or her hand might be tied. But you can't force a circle into a square. And it seems to me when I hear certain people, that's what they're trying to do. I don't agree with it, okay, but that's the way it is. You know, I get the emotional part. A lot of people actually, their emotion gets in the way because they're not developed. I get it. You bring your car to the mechanic. He says, you know, sorry, but your engine's going to have to be rebuilt. It's going to cost $5,000. I can't afford that. You want to sit down a little bit, get your composure a little bit, and then tell me what the next decision is. You want me to tow the car away? Because if not, then that person's going to say, but I can't pay for it. I say, I heard that part. But are you willing, is there an alternative that you're willing to live with, opposed to me having to do it for free? This is where people start becoming mature and handling their emotions, opposed to saying, I hate fucking cops, I hate nurses, I hate doctors, you know, it's genocide. I thought in the world that we live, that's a given. Shit happens on a regular fucking basis. You know people are going to get killed every fucking day. Grow up a little bit, guys. Now, you might get all upset. I said, but I'm not the one that's doing all this shit. I'm just calling it out. You can wake up in the morning, get in your fucking car, and all of a sudden, thump, something hits you and you're dead. Or who are you going to blame there? The mechanic? Are you going to blame the cement guy? Life sucks a little bit, but not that much. Those are human beings that are doctors and nurses. You don't like it? Take good care of yourself then. Anyway. No, it doesn't work that way. It's not. See, you're so slanted, no, in some areas. It's about accepting and just tolerating it, dealing with it the best you can. I hear you slanting it. Why don't you come up and explain how you would deal with it? Would you accept it? That's fine. You don't want to accept it? That's fine. But there's other ways to deal with it. You can tolerate it. You can allow it for a short period of time. But here, last time I remember, we're vocalizing our voice. And if you're going to vocalize it, don't slant it all the time. Fuck, a lot of people here, they're like voters. I'm going to put an X here. I said, okay, but how about just not voting and just seeing it for what it is? I know I could be way off, and I'm not here to take away from people's pain when they lose a loved one. If not, what most people end up doing, they're the fucking backseat drivers or whatever. They should be in the trunk at that point. Like, you're going to have an opinion.
True, JK.
What's that? Sorry.
He said 70% doctors were foreign. Every doctor that sat down with me on the table was foreign.
Yes, because
from
doctors
Asia, South Africa, and India.
Because doctors
all
in
American.
Countries, they have different types of practice or whatever. Here in America and Canada, there's a lot of things attached to the pharmaceutical industry and to those industries. So you become either overqualified or more or less towards in one certain direction. But other doctors in other countries, they actually use some natural herbs involved in all of that kind of stuff. You know, like, again, America's a small fucking population of fucking, 400 million people? Let's say the world has 5 billion people. Fucking America's a blip. Fuck, guys, travel a little bit, move around. Realize that America's a small country. Canada's even smaller when it comes to population. That's the reason why Americans are kind of touted throughout the world like they're fucking ignorant, aren't they? They think they're the best. They're fuck all. They're just another placemat. And it's a country that's what, $300 trillion in the hole? Fuck, they're lucky they got a military. Now, that's not me ripping into the American people per se, but again, it's the empire. That's how it works. You know, if you don't want foreign people, then we should all leave, because really, what is American Canada? It's a melting pot. And if whoever was the original here, let's give them the benefit that they own land. Okay, then let's move all the technology out of those countries. We'll see where they're at. You know, I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt that they've actually ripped a hole in themselves. Fucking pointing fingers. How does that serve? Especially when the media feeds you like there's no tomorrow. Go ahead, Charles.
Someone died.
How so, bud?
I almost choked on the airhead. I figured, right? Choking on an airhead. I like these airheads. I eat a couple every day. Even though they're probably terrible for me. That's why I only ate like 2 of them.
You watching, to change to some more Coliseum talks, you watching anything about the Olympics recently, Charles? The Winter Olympics?
No.
Okay.
I've seen a couple previews, but I think, I don't know, the Olympics. Why? What's going on?
Oh, just Winter Olympics. There's all kinds of Winter Olympics, snowboarding, skiing, hockey, Like I know they promote the Summer Olympics more than they do the winter, but just more sports. That's all. That's why I say it's Coliseum.
I'm just waiting for baseball. And fucking Celtics traded. They just got that dude, Anthony Simmons. And he was doing so good in Boston, taking Tatum's spot. And they fucking trade him to Chicago to get some center. I'm thinking, what? They should have kept him.
They're probably
they were doing just enough.
I think, Charles, they're probably trying to match up with Detroit because Detroit's the team to beat in that side. Toronto's not going to beat them.
Pretty damn good, too.
Yeah, they probably need a center present.
They had number 88. I forgot his name. He's African, I think.
Is Tatum injured? Is he injured right now?
Yeah, he's been out. He got injured in the playoffs last year, and that's how the Celtics lost. Same thing with the guy from the Pacers. He has the same injury as fucking Tatum, the guy in the Pacers.
Well, you're going to get that when guys are going to be
player. And it happened at a time when both teams could have won. The injury.
You're going to get that when you start getting average players 6'6", 6'8", and taller. When they fall down, anything could happen to them. Usually it's their ankles of some sort or their knees. Lucky they made it more like 3 points too, because if it was still the 80s style of game when you're inside, there'd probably be more injuries, people tripping on each other's feet. It's probably a good move for the Celtics to get a center if they're really going to contend against Detroit. That's the team that probably everybody in the East are going to have to contend with if they're going to go to the championship. But a little bit back onto the hospital. It is a business. Through and through, it's a business. People aren't there to do it for volunteer. It's all business.
Bayers and AS.
Or even the sports that we were just talking about. It's business, right? Right from the vendors, people scalping tickets, selling jerseys, selling hats.
Yeah.
It
used to be a sport.
No, it's just become a bigger business, Charles. Like maybe way back in the day when, certain athletes have to have a second job or whatever, but it's become a business. Like think about the sports card industry. It's a business. That's why, if people are going to challenge any dogma, make it commerce because it engulfs everything. Being born is a business. Dying is a business. Like I think it was the Romans that came up with the ideal of burying your deads or cremating them. 6 feet under. I wonder why they use that number 72. It's like, when they did COVID or whatever, be 6 feet apart. They must understand energy.
Man, they could fucking put anything and people are gonna fall for it.
That's true, Charles. Yep.
It's sad.
Well, the fact that we're speaking a language, didn't we fall for it? How many people could actually literally forget about the language that they've been using? You'd almost have to go into, maybe I can't even say that would be a fair analogy, Alzheimer's or dementia, but that's just memory. But then again, how would you forget your language? There's your indoctrination. Was it a bad thing? Nah, it was probably a necessity. No different. People say, is it a bad thing when it comes to cell phones? For most people, they'll justify it as a necessity, like a car. We live in a society of humans, as a realm, whatever. We have wars, and at the same time, as they're killing people, maybe not as many as people speculate, but at the same time, they fuel economies because of it. Let's build more tanks. Let's build up some more planes. Let's build more bullets. Let's get we'll call the country America to give them permission to have guns. Foreign guns, of course, and bullets. It's a business. If it was really about caring, go ahead, Charles.
No, I was trying to upload this, and it didn't work. Now I just don't want to play. Oh, it's the picture, no wonder.
Sure. No.
Well, this is what I was trying to sell. You see how it's making that light
at the top of it?
Yeah. A lot of the old pictures I have, when you look at the towers all around the building, they had drawn in those specks of light. Not all of them, but I caught some of the pictures where it looks just like this. And they drew it in. Probably just showing that they were getting power like that.
Harnessing energy. Energy is everywhere and at different levels. So yeah, they're harnessing energy. Whoever's understanding when you put those little peaks on these towers.
It's awesome. Endless amounts of energy.
Clouds are energy.
Or everything. Let me see. Here's a background.
JK saying something about being ignorant. It's okay. We're all ignorant in some way, So it's usually when you look at yourself in the mirror and you see your face to face, say, do I know everything? Probably not. But it's still fun to play. Because most of us, it's not because we know a lot, it's because we believe a lot. To literally know something, then you can apply discernment to it, wisdom. Okay, so how does this serve? Should I apply it? Should I play with it? Because really, even when we talk about it, I heard Noah talk about it, the church. How do we know for sure? 100%. How could somebody really know that the church is behind everything? Because last time I remember, behind religion, state is humans. Whether or not there's another species behind all of that, I can speculate. That's why I like to play with the concept of human being. But could we truly confirm that? And who would it serve at that point? Me? For my imagination? At that point, if I'm trying to convince other people, I might as well get a milk cart, go into any major city, and then start preaching.
That would work.
Well, that's what YouTube is becoming. I have all the answers. Okay. And what's your answers? The elites are screwing us. Okay, I know humans screw us, but you think there's a group of people that are screwing us. Okay, I'll go with that. So what can you do with that? Like, what are you going to do with that information? You're going to barge into one of their meetings or something, like Eyes Wide Shut or something, and say, that's it. I don't like the way you guys are treating each other. Okay. I go under the premise that if there is big organizations, they're probably indifferent to us. They're counting on the masses to play the telephone game. Yeah, go talk about the elites, whoever they may be. Talk about the Illuminatis. Let's talk about what's going on in Yale. It could be, I'm with you. The answer could be simple, but is there really one answer fits all? The fact that all of us are here, using technology, we are doing something that has been fed to us. The fact that we can type and talk, we've been fed. Unless we're going to put a bubble around all of that, and then we're going to talk about everything else. Yeah, I'm with you. Practice non-compliancy. I'm with you on that. But at the same time, are we not actually doing complacency or whatever with each other? Like I said, I don't mind being a fool and talking out loud. Going silent probably serves me more than it would actually talking about it, but I get it. When I see people's action, I say, okay, so what are the thoughts behind these actions? Because sometimes it's just the person's action tells me a lot about them. The fact that we have cell phones, we have cars, that tells a lot about us. It'd be different if we're out in the woods and say, listen, I'm doing non-complacency. I don't have any kind of device. I don't have a car. I don't have any kind of mainstream civilization technology. Unless what we're going to say is I'm a vegetarian, but only on a Tuesday. I'm only going to be with civilization on a Wednesday. But the rest of the time, I'm my own sovereign being. At that point, if people are honest with themselves, they'll realize how they've been a hypocrite the whole time. But as long as you point fingers to other people, then they won't see that mirror in that little beam in their own eye. Oh, okay, so I'm a hypocrite then. Sure you are. Hey, Phil. Part of our disgruntle is because it's been fed to us. The media feeds us. If not, the church feeds you. The state feeds it to us. There's poverty in the world. Okay, well, there's poverty in our own communities. So why would I be concerned about the rest of the Earth's surface? Again, we're in the age of information. So all that information could be shared freely, if you want to use the word free, because you no longer can use the concept of omniscient. Oh, there's no way I could have known. No, you do know some of this stuff. But unfortunately, most people are going to spend more time when they get information to believe it. They're attacking another country. How can you confirm that? Because they told you that? People will say that leaders of the world or on the Earth's surface are puppets that are selective. Okay, so then why would you be concerned about what they read from a script to serve their people, whoever selected them? Unless they get a brain fart. Go ahead, Charles.
No, that was a good point.
Now, they might turn around and say something, somebody present, okay, what's going on with the Russian president or the Italian president or the German chancellor? Well, Dom, I don't care about that. So then why would you be talking on a public platform that's very globalist and not be concerned about other countries, but yet you're concerned about what they tell you going on in your small little country? Like the United Nations, if we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt, what I've heard from them, they're running a lot of things. They're dictating a lot of things, like a big corporation. But they've been fed. America's the greatest country in the world. How can you confirm that?
Good luck.
You can't. I'm defending my country, not when you're in somebody else's country. Once you start using reason to this stuff, you realize, oh, I've been using my imagination the whole time. Yes, it's great to play with your imagination. I don't mind playing the adversary to conversations. But when people have hate, I said, I don't mind playing that adversary, or they're ignorant. I'll play that adversary. I'll play the fool if you want. I'll even join your group for a while so I can actually go, that's interesting. So you're a humanist. Okay, so you're a believer. You're an atheist. You're a believer. That's the whole concept. Yeah. There you go. Which is okay. You can be a believer, because really, if somebody tells me something that a war occurred 100 years ago, I would have to be a believer to a certain point to at least hear the story, or at least hear it. And then if I'm going to preach it to somebody else, I would have to be a believer. Oh, but Dominic, but I know I said
believer of the beaver.
The beaver. But yeah, people say it's factual. I said, okay, so you read it in a book, or you saw pictures in a book, or you heard somebody else tell you. Were you there? No. So you have to be a believer at that point.
But it's in the book, Dom.
Of course it's in the book, Charles. It's factual. The book is factual. But what actually occurred, what they wrote about, were you there? No, you weren't there. So what I could do is say, I trust the author. But what he's telling me is a story. And the only way I'm going to do that is either A, I would have to see it. Now I won't no longer be believing. I would know of it. Doesn't mean I have discernment yet. I would have to know of it. But because I read it in a book, I've never met a guy named Jesus before. I've never met none of these characters that are in a book before. And I'm only using the Bible, by the way. We could use the Quran. You could use the Bhagavad Gita. You could use the Buddhist teachings, whatever. Anybody meet the Buddha? Probably not. But I saw a whole bunch of Buddhists. Yeah, it's easy to mimic them. You know what I mean? You just dress a certain way, so you figured out that's what a Buddhist looked like because they're shaved and they're wearing the color purple. Is it a Christian because he wears a cross? These are stories. Fun stories as they may be, it's when you become attached to these stories without questioning them. I would hope people that hate something or disgruntled with something, they will at least question it first. If not, what they're doing is like when a bunch of cats that are fighting, and then all of a sudden you throw another cat in, he's picking up the energy, they're doing the same thing. I say, yeah, but you have no beef with them. Yeah, but Dom, I can prove it. The church. Okay, which church are we talking about? The Protestant church? The Catholic church? The atheist? Let's give the atheist a church.
That's funny, an atheist church. That's an oxymoron.
But if you ever been in atheist groups, Charles, they're a funny bunch. Same with humanists. They're a funny bunch.
Fucking lighter. I hate these dollar lighters.
Sure. Could be all the same church. I'm with you, no. Could all be the same church.
There's only one temple I go to, and that's my own temple.
Yeah, well done,
God don't dwell in none of them other temples.
And once a person understands that about themselves, then the question would be, why would I be bitching, complaining, or being concerned about other people's temples? Unless we're going to somewhat work together, but then you would have to get to know them.
Right. Unless it's my wife's temple.
There you go. You know, once you're in a cult, I don't care what cult it is, a cult of church, a cult of police officer or state, good luck actually having a conversation with them when they're trying to defend or attack it. It's useless at that point. It's, okay, that's interesting. So you value church. Okay, all the power to you. I'm not here to argue with you because, first of all, I have my own senses that I play with. Nobody have ever seen anything through my senses, and these are my views. Somebody wants to argue with me, I'm like, you're only defending, you're projecting and you're defending at that point. You know that, right? What do you mean? Because you don't see it through my eyes. Now they could say, well, Dom, but what we're speaking, I said, a language that we've been conditioned with, carry on. I read it in a book, another language, another form of language that you've been conditioned with. So then tell me when you're outside of that box. Yeah, but I know better, Dom. Okay, there you go. You know better. What do you know better? I'll gladly hear you. And then once they're done, because usually people are never done, they're telling stories. And then those stories become what some people call history. Regardless if there's a group of people making a story, we all make up stories. And then people start eating that shit up like there's no tomorrow. Now, what's concrete is the objective realm. dare not challenge the words that you describe it with. That's not there. And then you have to question, well, why can I use many different languages to describe the same thing? Because that's a different game that we're playing now. At that point, your third eye is really being poked. Most people are fucking asleep. They just don't know it yet. But they're believing that they're awake. I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt. They've ripped a hole in themselves and then patch it up, rip it a hole. Don't worry about the church. Don't worry about state. Don't worry about commerce. Rip a hole in yourself. Just fucking get in there. Meditate and realize, fuck, have I been full of shit the whole fucking time? Yes, you have. You just haven't been aware of it yet. Yeah, but I don't like the way you're talking, Dom. Would you like me to talk like Osho with a little at the end of it? Really calm, collective, and say, you know something? You shouldn't hurt yourself. Keep preaching that shit that you do. It's all about the church. It's all about the state. It's about the people that actually represent them. But they're not actually offer anybody here a couple of $1 million and you've been conditioned. You'll see, okay, let's look for the one or two unicorn that's going to escape. Oh, Dom, I wouldn't do that. You've never truly been challenged then. You're probably angry. You're begrudging. You're in denial. For most people, if they're honest with themselves, they're going to probably come to the awareness of being consciously ignorant. You're in the conscious state now, realizing that subconscious takes all that information and is just waiting for you to go into silence so you can tap into it and say, what would I do with that information if they just told me Donald Trump and a bunch of Klan members are going to invade Venezuela? Can you prove that? Or are you just going to repeat what the media just told you? Now somebody can turn around and say, well, Don, but I was there. Okay, so then how's that serve you that you're there? Because the rest of us were hearing a story. How easy it is for us to type because we've been conditioned. Anyway, all that could have been speculation, Charles. Everything that came out of my mouth is full of shit. It's all speculation.
Gotta get fucking some X-Lax.
No, mine comes out easy, Charles. I don't have to work to come my shit to come out. Okay, no, I love that one. I'm my own conditioner. As you're using typing that you've been conditioned with. Okay, so how about you create a new language that none of us understand or can comprehend? But yet you're going to be using symbols that are already here. Okay, you go with that. I'm with you, no? And don't worry about arguing with me, no. The argument is with yourself. I don't mind sitting there on the sideline. This ought to be interesting. I don't mind being a third wheel, watching somebody argue with themselves. But I'm not conditioned as you're using a language. Maybe ask your finger to do something different today than it's used to have been doing for the last, I don't know how old you are. It doesn't really matter how old you are. Maybe ask one of your body parts to disassemble itself from the rest of your body, and then you tell me you're not conditioned then. Sorry, no, but whether you know it or not, you're probably full of shit like the rest of us. And when I say full of shit, I'm saying you're being dishonest with yourself. Dom, why have you still never done a water fast? No, just to know that I've done numerous of fasts, 10 days, many of them, 21 days, done the 38-day.
Dom's talked about it too.
Yeah, again, but that's no talking. No, you're more than welcome to come up here and talk because I'll gladly hear you. Because it's not about me. I'm just talking out like an idiot. That feeds you your condition thinking that this is about somebody else. Making it about me, why? Because I've said something that's what? Erroneous, stupid? I'm just talking out loud. I just enjoy that you type certain things and I give you the benefit of the doubt, know that you can handle certain conversations based on the words that you're using. Not you, because I've never met you as a human being. But you're writing things. I'm just pointing out the words that we're typing with. In this case, what you're typing. I appreciate that, by the way. Well, there you go. At least you know you believe your own bullshit. Your belief systems. I'm with you. Again, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just a condition thing. Anyway, Charles, I went too long. Sorry, no, a little bit too long. Shouldn't have been just about me and you, and I apologize.
It's all right. No worries. Damn, why won't it let me fucking download?
I tickle Phil. I don't trigger you, Phil. I tickle Phil. We like to play it. You know, we like to have that interaction, me and you, because we both look at each other in the face when we have before. We giggle because it's just a game that we enjoy playing.
Let's see. Can I do it? Uh-oh.
You think you're going to get booted out, Charles?
No, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm trying to, well, where am I supposed to put my file? Oh. Let's see, is this gonna work? Um... Oh my God. I don't know why. What the fuck? Now what do I do? Oh.
Are you getting close there, Charles? Whatever you're trying to download or to put up?
I have no clue why it's this, oh, here we go. It should work now. I'm trying to change a GIF file to a MP4 for like background, but let's see, is that the right one? I think I'm gonna have to go back. Yep, I knew it. These motherfuckers. All right, it's this one. Yo, this guy wants to get slapped. Boom. All right, copy. Link. Okay. Then, oops. I go here. Come on, man. Sometime today. What? Hold on. Whoever's there, I'm coming. URL must end an extension allow. Oh, fuck your mother.
Leave people's mothers away out of this right now, Charles, especially on Valentine's Day.
That dirty hoe. Hold on, I'm coming. Whoever's in the back.
My dirty hoe is in the shed right now.
We got Max.
Hey, Max.
Oh, sorry it's taking so long, but I'm determined to get this.
I'm just sitting here on the Group W
I never
bench.
had these problems. I never had these fucking problems before.
The man came up to me and he said, "Do you want to kill?" I said, "Yeah."
Fuck yeah, dude.
Did he ask you to kill thoughts or kill something material?
I don't know. He jumped up and down and said, "Kill, kill, kill, kill." And then the man came over and pinned a medal on me. He said, "You're a man."
He jumped up and down.
So he was on a trampoline then?
Maybe.
He could have been. He killed a
He was on a tramp.
No, he was on a tramp.
He was on a tramp that leaned.
On the theme of Valentine's Day.
The tramp Eileen? I like Eileen. She's a good tramp.
Huh. Copied the clipboard.
Come on, Eileen. War on drugs. Yeah. Well, you don't want your drugs getting outsold by other drugs. That sucks.
But is it really a war on drugs, or is it a war on medicine as people are mixing those things up? Because really, if people aren't using medicine,
All the
that's a
above.
war. Yeah.
That's why they tell you not to
all-
drink when you take your medication. They know it's better for you, right?
Yeah. So it's not really a war on drugs. It's a war on
It's a
medicine.
war on thugs.
And you distract people by putting value to things that aren't really good for the body. So then at that point, you're ignoring the medicine and its purpose, its property. It's like when people do hemp. I get smoking, it serves a purpose. But having it used to be in the day when we used to have it in our fibers, in our clothing, it served even more.
Yeah, I used to sniff it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I used to sniff fucking rails.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why, like, when people talk about, I don't drink fluoride, I said, but you're missing the point. What do you mean? Your body's the biggest organ. You shower in this stuff.
I used to what they call speedball. I would take Percocet or OxyContin, shave the OxyContin 40, make a couple lines, and mix it with some fish scale. And let me tell you something. Let me show you something.
You're right, proper chemist there, eh?
Damn right. I was the best alchemist with drugs ever.
Right on.
I used to be like, hold on. You got that recipe all wrong. If you're going to do it this way. You need 60 bags of dope, 2 bags of coke, 1/8 of shrooms, and 6 dust blunts. You'll be all set. You won't feel a thing.
Do I want to feel a thing? I don't know.
Hey, if they ever told me I got the capital CANCER, I'm fucking, man. I'm fucking not eating anymore.
Why would you
just
believe
gonna go on? Well, yeah, you're right. I forgot to say I would get multiple. What do you call them things? Multiple. Whatever you call them fucking things.
Yeah.
I would go to a couple doctors. But that's another thing, man. Like, I think about this a lot. Like, we can't even trust, at least for me, I'm speaking for me. Fuck the we. Through experiences in my life, I don't trust doctors. I don't believe nothing they're telling me. Same thing with police.
It really depends on the doctor and what they're saying for me. Some of them are good, some of them aren't.
Western medicine to me is absolute terrible.
Well, yeah, that's the big difference, right? Are they pushing pills or are they, trying to actually help you? If they just want you on.
But even then, doctors here at least will scam you, man. Yeah. I've heard stories of saying they got to open somebody up, and they could have solved the problem without even opening them up. They could have gave them this natural remedy, and boom, the person would have been fine. But they want to cut people open.
Yeah.
To get
that's
that
where,
money.
Where free healthcare that's where government paid healthcare kind of has a little possible benefit. The doctors don't worry as much about making operations and stuff like that. That's kind of at the end of it. They'll try a lot before they go right to that. I don't know if it's a benefit or not, but could be.
So when somebody says they don't trust, like in this case, the doctor, who or what are you really not trusting? Are you not trusting the industry, or are you not trusting the human? Because it could be a bit of both. But one actually might be trustworthy, they might be ignorant, but the industry might be harmful. That's why when I hear people say, I don't trust cops, okay, who aren't you trusting? Who are you really not trusting? Like, I get when people generalize, I don't trust religion. I said, but who are you really not trusting? You got to break it down to something that most people can grasp, the human aspect, human behavior.
Man. Fuck that.
Okay.
Well, that's an option. Some of them might like it, some of them might not.
That's why I say doctors are doctors to me are just like crooked mechanics.
Yeah.
If doctors actually healed everyone, there wouldn't be business. So by them treating the problem or doctoring the problem, you know, putting I don't even want to say a Band-Aid on it, just like masking the problem. It's terrible. Western medicine is trash. We're the only country in the world that has the highest cancer rate ever. Fucking everyone seems to be sick in this country. Fucking joke. I wonder how much they make off of us being sick. Like, I wonder what these hospitals are grossing a year. I wonder if we could find out.
Again, they'll give you.
I know New Britain General is so fucking busy every day. They're banking it.
Again, Charles, they'll give you a number. So at this point, if you can't trust another human, okay, this is kind of the concept of know thyself. If you don't actually spend time getting to know how human behavior works and your personas within oneself, what you're really saying when you don't trust others, you don't trust yourself.
I don't.
And that's why most people are honest with them. What's that, Charles?
That doesn't go for me. I trust myself more than anyone.
Okay. But again, it's one of those things.
I said in the beginning, I don't treat certain people in certain positions of life through experience. But they did it to themselves and through other people's experience.
Again, it's one of those things where if you really understand yourself and your shadow self, and you understand how human behaviors really work, you know how easy it is to commit these crimes. See, usually the person that's quick to respond, well, I trust myself. I said, do you? Again, human behavior is not us. Our personas, how many people have personas, masked when they come online? How many people will say shit like, well, I'm 40 years old. Are you 40 years old? Again, most people aren't honest with themselves because most people are ignorant with themselves. Again, this is not about...
Tom's always taking the doctor's side.
Charles,
you gotta look at it.
I could rip Charles, I can rip any side. But when people slanted, what I'll do is I'll pick the other side just to entertain for a while, but can we swing it around? Because I could be my own adversary. I find people that pick a side fucking funny to no end. It's when you actually go completely cycle and say, listen, can you actually challenge yourself? Because if you can't, you're ignorant.
Well, how many people know themselves and
that's for them to figure out.
Hide anyway.
They can, Max. I'm with you, Max.
Sure.
That's why it's called being mature enough to realize I can entertain many different ideas and not feel as though I actually have to take a side. So this is kind of like understanding that you're not the body, you're not the thoughts, you're not the behaviors. You get to play those parts. You know, it's like when people say you're a good person. No, they're acting good. But again, on a public platform, most people are going to put on their mask. If you're not sure about it, think how many people come with an alias name. And then they'll turn around and say shit like, well, I don't want nobody to know who I am. I'm like, YouTube knows who you are based on the name that you've chosen to have. Again, most people do not know themselves. They say shit. And I can say that about myself, but they'll believe the self. They won't challenge the self, but they'll question other people. I said, well, how does that serve you to question other people? Are you trying to like compete with each other to see whether or not they're pretty strong with themselves? If you can be easily moved, that means you're not true to yourself.
Oh, I trick myself all the time.
I know that about you, Max. You've done a lot of work for yourself. And I'm not going to say it, probably with you too, Charles. But when we slant it and say, I don't agree with religion. Okay, so what's behind religion? Human factors. And who's to say if you weren't conditioned like them, you would be no different? You know, the defend and attack is a loop. But I get it. A lot of these channels, that's not what they're really pursuing. They want to bitch and complain.
If you defend and attack, you give it validity.
Sure you do. You need a gun to defend yourself the same reason why you need a gun to attack. It's a loop. So that tells me the person's insecure. Yeah, but I have to protect myself. I said, who are you protecting? Those thoughts? That vessel? As you go to McDonald's and you go to some grocery store, are you really protecting your vessel? Probably not. But I have to participate. Okay, here's all the excuses now. like I said, Max, and I don't mind. I enjoy playing this game. If a person truly wants to rip a hole in himself, because I'm the kind of person who will say, "Listen, I don't give a flying fuck about you." The reason I can say that, and I say that out of sincerity, because I'm not living inside of your vessel. That's your responsibility. I'll gladly hear you, but don't expect me to agree or disagree with you. Only morons do that shit.
Oh, come on. You give small fucks about me.
Max, I hear you out. That's caring. What
That's a
you
small
do with
fuck.
that? You know, I know what your real name is, but I respect the fact that you go by an alias name, which I'm okay because your cat's named Max. I love Max.
Yeah.
But again,
Well, plus my channel name doesn't work with my name. John
doesn't.
Vision
Yeah.
just kind of sucks.
I care about the being part of us. The human part, it's mortal. It's a beautiful technology. If a person's abusing their own body, what are they really saying when they're saying to somebody else, "Well, I care about you"? I'm like, no, you don't. You don't care about your body, so why would you care about my body unless we're talking about something else? Most people will protect their thoughts and use their body as a weapon to protect it. Fuck, that tells me that person's asleep. Now, I'm using the word sleep. They can put any other word they want because it's in English language. And if they don't like my tonality, mute me. You know, that's why I said human behavior. How does human behavior come to be?
By being human.
There you go, by being human. And in that, when we have the spoken language, there's a lot of conditioning going on with those frequencies. As we introduce other frequency, and Max, you've openly talked about how you've been affected by those frequencies. Not to drag you into that, Max. Sorry.
I can't see it, so I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of things we can't see. I can't see air. I don't know where thoughts are. So at that point, my senses are limited in the conscious state. Maybe in you know, whether you're doing other things in the unconscious state, the subconscious. You know, is it absence of senses at that point? Especially when you know you can know.
They're taking something away, right?
Yeah, it could be. You know, where we can knowingly use our senses, and then somebody can do a hologram, or they can actually make something that looks like sugar and tastes like sugar, but they'll say, "Listen, but it's not real sugar." So what does that really tell about your senses? Could easily be misled.
Oh.
But people will defend it to no end. I said, "So you read that book with those eyes of yours, right?" "Yeah, you did, didn't you?" "Did you read it from the opposite direction? Have you ever written opposite hand?" "Probably not." "So then how would you not know that it shifts when you do different things, different ways?" "Well, Dom, that's too much information for me." "Of course it's too much information for me. You're just flipping with the fucking little 2-page that they give you," which is more conditioning, by the way. I'm talking from a conditioned point of view.
Every moment has a million choices.
There you go. But yet we're being conditioned by all the different broadcasts out there throughout the Earth's surface. And then we telephone it. We talk about it, like with a surety. "Well, this is what the state is doing to us." Really? Interesting. Only in America, right? Not happening in Russia? Not happening in Venezuela? What about Greenland? What about New Zealand? "Well, Don, those things don't count." "Oh, so they're just there."
Well, maybe it's only happening to you.
Yeah, of course, because we're always in that bubble. So therefore, gravity only works until you actually start challenging. "Well, what about birds?" "Well, Don, we don't include that too." So now we're going to start putting things to the side to justify our narrow positions. But yet people say, "I meditate." I said, do you truly listen from within? Because what we're doing with each other in the conscious state, we're hearing each other.
I hear you, Don.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But what a lot of people do is they already come in prejudging. "Well, I have a category. I gotta categorize this." It's like somebody says I philosophize and they talk about Socrates. That's not philosophizing.
That's fun to see. You know, you categorize, you make your decision up on somebody, and then you see what they're actually like.
Yeah, it will reveal. And if they're up for it, you know, it's like, you know, battling somebody that's learned how to both are swordsmiths. They know how to fight with the sword. So we're going to actually battle each other, not to the death. And I'm not going to be clever. We're going to see where we're at. Hopefully you're with somebody that enjoys that kind of stuff. It's like when people that like to debate. Hopefully it's a structured debate. Because most people, what they do is they don't debate. Name calling is not debating. Trying to prove a point is not debating. Sharing points is somewhat debating. You're going to share with each other. I'm counting on, let's say me and you, Max, we're joshing back and forth. I don't expect you to change your position. I'm counting on you to stay on your position. And same with me. The people that are going to hear say, "Oh, I've heard different views." There you go. You've learned something.
We got someone new on the panel
Yeah,
too.
go ahead. Go ahead.
It's me, man.
It's me. Who's me? Yeah, wait.
You. They call
What's
me
up, Yahweh?
the most
I didn't know it was you.
I'll be me and you at the same time.
Yeah, they call me you.
Me, you. That's why cats say it. Me, you.
Yeah, me, you.
Did you see how the water's leaking out of that?
Yeah, everyone's name is you.
My name is Pooh. Poopy.
You, your, y'all. Y'all go ahead. I ain't have much to say.
Oops, sorry.
You make some valid points, Don.
Just get my coffee and smoke in for the morning.
Bitty bitty bing bong.
After I get that done, I'm going to go to.
I guess, Yahweh, I would hope when I do open my mouth, they could be challenging points. You know, it will make somebody think or feel. You know, it's some people will go on guard when they hear what somebody has to say. I said, because that tells me where you are. And hopefully it benefits them if they know where they are, because it really doesn't resonate with me to figure out people. I know I can use patterns to figure out people, but in the process, you would hope that they understand themselves. You know, when I used to train guys, apprentices, electrical, it was a lot of that they can go to school to learn, but I would ask them questions like, do you play sports? Well, yeah. Okay, so when you play sports, whether it was hockey, basketball, football, I said, am I supposed to pass the ball to where you are or where you need to be? If you're really good at your craft,
Where you need to be.
There you go. So at that point, I'm going to assign a task to you. You need to be there. Figure it out. Figure out many different ways how you want to do it. I might monitor to make sure there's no safety infraction. You're not going to harm yourself. But outside of that, there's many different ways how to do something. And I'm the kind of person, I like to learn different ways how to do things. But for some people, they want to do the same thing over and over again. And that might serve. That's why they have factories the way they work. We become very robotic. To a point, we become disposable. You know, it's like how many of us would benefit? I'm not saying I would encourage it, but it would be benefit if people learned all kinds of spoken languages, and then realize, oh, okay, so now when I'm speaking about philosophy, I should be using Greek. If I'm talking healing language, I should be talking Sanskrit. You know, it's like numbers. Those are languages, body language. How many of us, if we were face to face, would say, listen, why is that person able to figure out what's going on if that person is being dishonest? Because they understand body language. Because they would have to understand themselves. Like, I get people being self-absorbed. It'd be nice if they were self-centered, but self-absorbed, they're in such a bubble that they can't see outside of that. And the only reason why they're complaining about other things is because somebody's feeding them that information. At that point, I'm like, you're not being a gatekeeper to the things that are coming to you. Because once they penetrate you, you should be able to play with it in a different way. You know, when I hear my buddy say, "Dom, I'm making money," I stop the conversation. Time out. Sorry, Tony, you're making money or are you earning money? What do you mean? I want clarity. It's like when somebody said, "Dom, I'm dating a chick." I'm like, time out. You're dating farm animals? You know what I mean? I said, no, I want clarity here. Now they might turn around and say, "Well, no, man, come on, you're trying to." No, I'm actually using the language the way it's used.
Yeah.
If you're dating farm animals, hey, all the power to you. I'm not here to judge you. I might ask what kind of farm animal you're dating. That sounds like it's a chick. You know, but meanwhile, if I was a woman and a man called me a chick, I'm like, excuse me, I'm a woman. Only girls that haven't fully developed yet will probably tolerate that shit.
Mm.
Now I get it. People want to make fun. That's why, you know, when I hear people say the word gay, I'm thinking, okay, are we talking about being happy? What do you mean? Why would you bring in somebody's sexual preference into a conversation if we're talking about something else? Unless you're happy about the conversation you're having, I get that part. But why would you bring a preference? You know what I mean? Like, I get it. People that usually talk about that stuff, more times than not, are insecure. You almost there, Charles? I'm waiting for whatever you're going to do.
Yeah, it only means happy. I don't want to be happy.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, I have to make these back. Give GIF smaller. I figured out ways, like if it's 5.90 megabytes, it won't let me upload it. So what I do is I send it to my video editor, and I could make the file smaller, and then I could make it uploadable. I figured out ways to shrink the file, even if I gotta cut into it a little bit, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I always find ways around everything. Peace to Witchmaster. Not know. Phil, what's up? Scott Severini. When you coming up, Phil? Phil. Can a dummy. Oh, that's Yahweh. That's funny, that thing you got, Yahweh. Or it looks like the guy got pushed over. When I seen that picture, I heard, "Get off me."
Which one? The one I got up here now?
Yeah, on your avatar.
Yeah. It's just lips.
Yeah? Hold on.
See you, Witchmaster.
Peace, Witchmaster. Yeah, we all come from the dark. That's what religion fails. Well, just forget the religion. I don't even know why I brought that into the equation here, but I don't remember when I had an epiphany, but one day, years and years ago, when I was young, before my first gray hair, I was thinking, damn, we all come from the darkness, and we're birthed into the light. Or we're light in the darkness. But either way, we come from the darkness of the womb, the waters, right? And yeah, people are scared of the dark. And most people are scared of the dark because we're told the dark is evil. But everything ugly, or what we call ugly, isn't evil. And everything handsome and beautiful isn't heavenly. So one thing I've learned in life, just because a chick's beautiful does not mean she's faithful. Does not mean she, you know, beauty isn't everything. Because on the inside, they could be ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
Like I think sometimes, like, the darkness, you know, these angels could look like what we call fucking gremlins or demons, but those could be the angels. Just because they're fucking, what movie was it? It was damn, I forgot the name of the movie, but I do remember they were on this restaurant roof, and the guy, one of these demons, came in an ice cream truck. What the fuck was the name of that movie? Also, that was the angel Michael, and he fought Raphael in the movie. The angel Raphael. Fuck. I'll look the movie up in a minute. I guarantee someone here has seen it. But the angels that came, you know what's crazy? Come to think of it, in that movie too, it's also about a baby being born. They couldn't let these people kill the baby. This is in a lot of different movies, that scenario. But the so-called angels that came from heaven were looking demonic and evil that God sent in this movie. And the guy says, those aren't angels. In the Bible, it says angels are handsome and this and that. And he goes, your book was wrong. The angel Michael told him that. He goes, those are angels from heaven. And they were monsters. Like, huh?
The movie Prophecy?
Let me look it up.
Christopher Walken?
That's a good movie too. Oh. No. Christopher Walken's actually one of my favorite actors. That dude's, when he plays a role, he gives it his all. Come on, you piece of shit lighter. I hate these lighters. This thing's half full and it won't light. That's a sign to quit smoking.
Here's a term. Charles, here's a term. Sorry, yeah, wait. Instead of darkness into the light, the unknown into the known. Hence, the unknown manifests itself into the known. It's like air. Where's air? Where are thoughts?
So the known manifests itself into the unknown.
Ah, here it is. Right off the bat, man. That's wild. The first fucking thing I put and it came up like, pew! Oh, you fucker. All right. I'll put the movie up for everyone to see. I advise people to watch this movie. You know, I
don't watch movies.
This movie.
There are so many movies I have not seen. It's awesome.
Life is precious, man. As much as I say negative things, it's still a precious experience. Because out of all the thousands of sperm you outswam and made it, they didn't. You're having this experience, and they're not.
Which is a perfect experience.
And life is short. All that time people waste hating their mother and their father, disrespecting them. You might not think about it now, but you will when they're gone. And it will bother you. If not, then you're just a scumbag.
The cycle of life and death. You're in life, and then you go through a death process, a transformation process. So the question is, what is life?
Who the fuck knows what life is?
Well, it's
experience.
It is speculation Saturday. So they use words like the breath of life. What are you doing right now when you breathe in and out?
Breathing in consciousness.
Well, consciousness, light, air, whatever word you want to describe it, could be all together.
Right.
Do all living beings need air?
Yeah, because even fish are breathing in air.
Okay, so knowing that, then that's life.
Or what we call air, whatever air is, right? I don't know.
Again, we're trying to describe the undescribable. So at that point, once you realize, don't wish this, but if an animal has to give up the ghost, life is still here. When a human no longer is here, life is still here. When a tree gets chopped down, life is still here. Life is indestructible. Energy is another word for it. What we do as beings, we need air. We need it more than we need liquids and food. The body needs those things.
But I don't hear like.
Don't we need light too?
Again. Go ahead.
Don't we need light?
Again,
the sun kind of feeds us too.
There's a different type of light. There's the rays coming from the sun, and then there's light. Again, Charles, life, air, whatever word you want to describe it. Again, we're going to use a cumbersome language to describe the undescribable. So you can call it light.
We're going to mold the sound. We're going to mold some sound and call it English.
There you go. When somebody has a near-death experience, what are they near to? What are they transforming to?
I have no clue.
Exactly. Air. We don't. We can speculate.
I think it's air.
It could be. I'm with you on that.
When you dream, even though your eyes closed, well, I'm the only one dreaming, so I don't know what dreaming is to someone else. But when I close my eyes, I'm still there. So if I was to go through the sleep process, I'm still here.
And when you're asleep, you still need air. When you're in a coma, you still need air. When you're in a trunk, you need air. So once again, when we give up the ghost,
I am the air.
Well, you could be the air, but then again, where do we go? Whoever we are. Again, these are just speculations.
Yeah, where you are is where you always was. I think.
Well, we're going to use thinking. Hence why we're speculating.
I can't speak for you, so I can't.
You can hear me, and vice versa.
I'm the only one.
And when we're speaking, if we were close to each other, we're transferring air. It's always there. It's almost like when you have a carrier when you're using essential oils. So air is always the carrier. Think about Wi-Fi. What is it traveling through? Air. The clouds. Air.
Traveling through you. I think your senses is the clouds, right? The sky is your senses.
I use words like enlightenment. I like to use the word I opposed to E. Enlightenment. In light with the mind. Now, I'm playing with words, obviously. But for a lot of people, if they enjoy playing with words, then you realize the flexibility of words. It's like be like water. You play with your emotions. Hence the term with water, because usually it affects emotions. But what does water do? It shapeshifts. And then we call it skinny air. Skinny water, like air. Now, I'm using a word. That's why I find it erroneous when people say Dom, cause and effect. I'm like, I see the effect and side effect, but I don't see the cause. I don't see air. And if I'm using language, if I don't know how a language originated from or who gave it to us, I'm using its effect and side effect.
I think when I look through the air, I'm looking through my eyes. I'm looking at my eyesight.
Mm-hmm.
My eyesight is clear. Like air.
You might be a person in Yahweh that can actually see air. Like some people play musical instruments, they can see what's called colors.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where most people aren't going to know what air is. Like meaning, like where is it? Point to it. You know.
Point. I'm pointing to the in the air. I'm pointing in the air to the air. The tip of my finger is air. It's clear.
It's like our sleeping patterns or our breathing patterns alter when you go into like a sleep state. I know in a conscious state, some like athletes, not a lot of them, to be even better at their craft, they have to actually redevelop a different air process to be, so their lungs could be more functional. Think about deep sea divers. It's all about air. I remember when I used to have guys, I'm like, some of the guys would get tired. I said, are you monitoring your breath when you're banging in nails or you're pulling wires? Well, not really. I said, well, monitor your breath. And you'll realize it changes. They talk about that when people get angry or they get excited or they get happy or they get sad. The breath plays a major role in all of that. But again,
so when the air is cut off, like the sense is cut off. So I feel you are air.
Or we travel through it. Again, it's one of those things. If a person knew for sure and they had discernment, how would you explain it to the rest of us? Only I'm doing speculating because I have thoughts and I think about things that a lot of times it was never presented to me. I said, well, why didn't I? But I know those thoughts already exist, so I'm just tapping into it. It's like language. All the languages are already here, but are we going to learn a craft? Am I going to spend it? Go ahead.
When you look down the road or the horizon, and your sight might not be what it used to be, and down the road, it's your eyesight. For me, it is. As far as my eyes can see, it's the horizon.
Yes. You're talking about the senses at that point. Yeah, with our eyesight. Same with our hearing or our touch or our smell. We do get conditioned a lot with our eyesights. To a point where some people, if not a lot of people, they don't question what they see. That's why when I talk about, these things that they call AI, if it's not able to question itself, it's not artificial intelligence. And a lot of human beings have chosen to be like NPC characters. They choose not to question what their senses are picking up. They'll defend it, but usually they're doing it erroneously because to defend it would imply, did you challenge it? Well, yeah, because if you truly challenge it, why are you defending it then?
Yeah,
kind of oxymoron.
Yeah, the professional knows what's best. I assume.
Wow, I was going to make an ass.
Now, Yahweh said, you think when you pass, you go to air. Now, it took me a while to find this picture, but I finally fucking found it.
Well done.
Look at... What?
No, I said well done.
Oh, sure. You see, you got Nut and Geb, right? You got, I think Newt is... Wait, Newt is the woman, right? With the stars? Or that's Geb. Geb is the ground.
Yeah.
But what are these boats up in the waters above or the ether? Where are they traveling? Are those souls traveling the ether or traveling from the North Pole? You got the Aurora Borealis. Is that what they're freaking riding the boats on? The waters above? Those are souls traveling?
The ancestors. Like that being in the middle. To me, this is saying you're the only one that can see. That's what it's saying to me.
I guess, Charles, if I was going to.
Those are the waters above and the stars that hold them there, I think.
Well, what are you using to depict, to look at this? You're looking at conditioned senses. So this is an anchoring process. This is anchoring you by trying to figure out the language that they use in the material. That's why most people lean towards evil, towards the material. So your senses are going to say, okay, I see this picture and I'm going to try to depictuate what this means and all that. Again, unless you're aware that your senses have already been conditioned, you're going to use those same senses that are conditioned to try to make sense of that. Listen to the word to make sense of it. You'd have to go inwards and then something would say, it doesn't serve you. But hey, if you want to entertain yourself, let's look at the yolk. Let's look at the egg. You know, it's just there. You know, let's make sure one picture looks bigger than the other. This is all conditioning. Now, whether it serves you or not, you know, it could serve you in the fact that I'm going to be a person that sells this kind of ideal. I print books for this kind of stuff. But that's not going to help you in the spiritual realm, if that's what you're after.
Do you need help there?
Like a lot of things, Max, most of us aren't prepared for the different stages that we go to. So a lot of us aren't prepared, in a simple example, from the age of 0 to 7 to prepare for 7 and 14 and vice versa to the next one. Think about how a lot of people struggle with money because we were never, you know, prepared for those things. So why would somebody be prepared once they get booted out of that vessel? And they say, well, what do I do from here? Well, you've done nothing yet. So you might as well just go to the light like a big strong magnet and delete and come back again. Well, I don't believe in that. I said, that's the reason why you're here, because you spend way too much time fucking believing and not believing.
We spend a lot of time here just being thrown into situations without having prepared for them.
I'm with you, Max, 100%. How many people are prepared to know that how these new technology that we're presenting or these old technology is affecting the body?
Well, they don't. So
They just don't. Again, a lot of us are ill prepared, hence consciously ignorant. We can become aware of it to a certain point, but more times than not, we're just going to be consciously ignorant.
Yeah.
Well, you say, I get that. I'm overgeneralizing.
Yeah.
I'm not making a blanket statement. That would be very clever. But I'm being very general when I say these statements. They should be thought provoking. Yeah. Forget about what we do after thoughts by speaking about it. That will reveal where we stand. That's why I say I play the fool by talking.
Well, they do say ignorance is bliss, but right?
That term was spoken from a person looking at somebody else. Their ignorance is our bliss.
Wow.
It was never spoken from the same person.
Could be.
You know, if they're not aware how energy works, it's our bliss. Why? Because we benefit from their actually harnessing their energy. How many of us, I have to include myself, how many of us actually give our energy for a piece of paper that only serves a certain purpose? If I wanted to use that piece of paper to build a boat with it, it wouldn't work. But we have to be, power is you condition people to have to barter with that piece of paper. Forget about the energy that we use, that Max is going to do oranges, I'm going to do apples. Because it's more fruitful if I actually specialize in one area, opposed to me just having a variation of a farm, but yet how am I going to help the community? So I'm going to use my energy to work with nature's energy to reproduce something. Listen to the word, reproduce. We're not creating. But what we end up doing is we specialize in things that are more mechanical in exchange for our energy. And here we are. We have the few having most of the power when it comes to food. And we've done that to ourselves, by the way. And we can thank our forefathers for that.
God damn it. Those fucking forefathers again.
Sure they are. And don't worry about whether or not they're German or Japanese. Our forefathers, the human race. You know, the human race, regardless if there's another species that are interfering, we still got to take accountability for our own action.
Goddamn germs.
Yeah, those germs. Now, again, this should be thought-provoking at best. If not, when if a person's defending something, then what are you defending? What thoughts are you defending? Are they yours? Most of them are not our
I
thoughts, but
always catch myself. I always catch my feelings getting activated, and I just deactivate them because I realize my mind's playing tricks on me.
well, we're playing tricks with ourselves. The mind is just there. What we want to do with the mind, it will serve. If I want to be a good criminal, it will serve. If I want to learn a language, it will serve. But I still got to do my part. You know, dare not people.
Feelings. Dom, I think not. No, I don't know if he's asking you something or what. You said the reason I am most angry is not because of people that have choices. It's because there are so many that get none. That's true in ways.
Well, then we would have to question the fact that you have language. If you're talking just physically, I'm with you. But we're not just physical beings. We're beyond like thoughts. You know, people have choices. Some people might have more than just a couple of choices. But the vessel is very limited. I can only do certain things with the vessel. Some people can actually learn how to do a little bit more. But then again, you can thank your forefathers for those lack of choices. Thank them. Don't get upset because you can learn something from it. Son, I did all of this. It didn't work for me, so try to do something different. Okay.
We turned our cheeks, son, and we shouldn't have.
That's
we
right.
should have shoved the tree stump up their ass.
No habla English.
Again, most people are going to get caught up in flesh and blood. Those ancestors probably traveled through the air. Think about what's in blood. It's air. It's the thing you just can't see. You'll see the sun, but you won't see what's in between. You'll see the car, but you won't see in between. But meanwhile, people say, you know, it's the sound in between the notes. What is that sound? What's the carrier of it? I'm just playing with words here, guys.
But you can see the space between the notes. I think.
Sugar Seas. She put out such a good video, man. Sugar Seas. Let me get her link. People gotta watch this.
I put a chair in
Sugar
the space.
Seas.
See that space to put it in?
Nah. Nope.
The air.
See, the challenging thing, guys, is if you go a little bit more inwards, there's a thing called becoming disenchanted from the enchantment. And then when people, sometimes they get a rude awakening, listen to the word rude awakening, then they become disenchanted, but they're so desperate to get back to become enchanted. Doesn't work that way. If people are truly awake or what they're saying, you realize it's a game that we're playing with each other. Now, I use the word play. Other people call it reality. I said, okay, then we have to define what reality is that the masters use. Reality for most people is the objective realm. The objects that you see, but the words you use to describe it, that's not reality. That's in the unknown.
Sound.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when you start speaking it, now you have to deal with sounds and frequencies. You know, opposed to a person just reading a book, but not out loud, but with thoughts. So that's a different types of frequency. You know, they put effort. They give a little breadcrumbs, you know, why when they advertise on books, they put everything on the right-hand page because they understand that they're tapping into it. This is where people, I think somebody shared earlier, about connecting the heart and the mind. You know, it has to work together, not separate, together. But then people confuse what the mind is. Well, the mind is, what? It's not the brain. Yeah, but Dominic, I don't believe in the unknown. Okay, so then what are you breathing? What are your thoughts? Yeah, you almost have to repeat it. So hopefully, and I hate to use the word hope, they'll have an aha moment. I never thought of that. There you go. You've never had that thought, but yet you're defending something.
But if the words are not reality, then everything they're saying is unknown.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Yahweh. We use words to describe things. The words that we use are things, but they're in the unknown. But we describe what's in the known. And then you'll use a word like, okay, I see a tree. I see a sequoia tree. I see a sequoia tree in a forest. None of those words are there. You experience way more in the unknown than in the known. Go ahead.
Yeah. Why are we talking?
Well,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When I was growing up, that's what I was saying.
Because we've been conditioned.
Yeah,
We've
I
been
don't
conditioned
see
to talk.
SUN when I look in the sky. I don't see SKY.
Mm-hmm. No, again, it's like, I'll give you an example. I'm at a flea market and all of a sudden I hear the name Dominic. I don't turn around because I'm not that self-absorbed. But if all of a sudden I hear a tonality in it, I will turn around because it's somebody that I'm familiar with that language. But for a lot of people, they're so self-absorbed, they think they're always talking about me. It's always about me. I've never mentioned your name, so how can it be about you? They've been conditioned, they've been indoctrinated so much, it's working quite well.
Yeah, it's like calling other people's dog.
That's true. And then we'll call it an animal that we call a pet, a dog and a cat. I wonder if the dog and the cat know that they're a cat or a dog, unless we grasp the concept of sound. Most of us work with sound more than we do literally. You could remove majority of the words in a paragraph and still sound it out.
Yeah, and I'm like, why my voice determine how people feel? Like,
they're revealing something about themselves at that point, Yahweh.
Yeah.
And that's a gift that you're giving to them, whether they know it or not. They're not developed emotionally. Because if you're developed emotionally, you shouldn't be triggered. Somebody says you're an idiot. Oh, okay, thank you. You're a nice guy. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I call myself an idiot,
It's just a word. It's just a word. But I get it. It's the meaning that you put behind it. I'm like, okay, but it's still a word, right? Well, yeah. Change the word. Like I said, I say this jokingly. If I hear the word gay, I quickly change the word in my head. Okay, they're assuming they're saying happy. Now, somebody might turn and say, yeah, but I'm trying to talk about their sexual preference. Okay, what concern is it of yours to know whether or not their sexual preference? Well, I don't like it. I don't give a shit if you like it or not. But this is what people do. They go into conversations with their reds and their blues. The Matrix game, that's a fun story, by the way, the Matrix. The Matrix is more about thoughts. It's not about the physical. And even that, if you're going to talk about the physical, you got to change the shade of the characters. The woman that wrote it is dark skin, not light skin. Of course, I don't use the word black and white because I leave that for the NPC characters to use those words. Now, I know I'm insulting by saying the NPC, but I play an NPC character too. I'm a goyim. I'm a useless mouth breather. I'm a citizen. I'm all the many I ams. Those are the personas that I choose to have. Does it offend me? No.
I am King Muhammad.
Fill in the place, Charles. I love it.
Everyone calling themselves I am. Like, man.
I couldn't think of, Abraham. That's what Abraham says I am, right? Mm-hmm. Who in the Bible was the one that said, the things I've been through and the things I've seen will make the angels weep, and so the angels have wept?
I think that was rewritten by Mickey Mouse, but I don't know.
Damn, Mickey Mouse. The fuck was he singing?
Does it matter who wrote it or spoke it?
I know it's in the Bible. I thought God said that, but I doubt it.
Again, it's always fun when I hear, no offense, Charles, but we could literally be using the word God in vain. Like, it's always fun when I hear people say, oh, God bless you. I'm like, okay, now you're speaking on behalf of something you've never seen.
All right.
Like, I know.
Well, this God has a million names.
It could.
I know God the unknowable.
There you go. That's a good term, Matt. But I realize humans have never created anything because the sun and the moon, humans haven't created. I could speculate and say, okay, let me give a name to I think who the creator is. A god or an alien or reptilian. Dom, have you ever saw any of those things? Nope. I was just describing what my senses see and I give language to it. But you'll get people that say, well, Dom, I've seen God. I'm like, okay, I saw an alien. How do I prove that to you?
But those that's in the God scripture, the Holy Bible, it mentions to them that the meek shall see God.
But it's in a written form, Yahweh.
Yeah,
That's the thing. We're quoting a book.
Yeah, but I have seen God.
Well, you probably have. I'm not going to deny. I'll hear you, but I've seen an alien. How do I share that with you? With a language, a spoken language? You didn't see it.
You don't.
And vice versa. Go ahead.
But immigrants are aliens. I talk to them and hear them all the time.
You probably do. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, but I can't confirm. If somebody said to me, Dom, Yahweh said he saw an alien, I said, yeah, I trust him enough, but whatever came out of his mouth was a story to me. I can't confirm it.
Yeah.
But it's usually when people try to confirm it, I'm like, okay, you understand, I won't believe it until I see it. Well, once you see it, you know now. I haven't seen God. What I've seen is what people say God created, the sun and the moon. But I still didn't see God, so I can't defend it or attack it.
He also made the books, right?
What's that, Max?
I said he made the books too, didn't he?
So they say.
Yeah.
Whoever they are. That's hearsay at that point.
But he made everybody's book. Right?
But again, who? You know what I mean?
Like I'm the only one, so I'm the only one that can see the Bible.
Yes.
And you only talking for me, period.
Yeah, and what are all the different things in the Bible? Those are stories written by certain individuals that none of us have met, by the way.
If I grew up in Hindustan, the Bible wouldn't mean a thing to me.
Probably not. Sorry, go ahead, Yahweh.
I have met them. Name the titles.
Mm-hmm. Good, valid point, by the way, Max. But then we would be talking about the class system.
Mm.
You know, we have
a god. Actually, many gods.
Yeah, but they have myths. They call them gods.
They got their stories.
Thank God. I didn't think MacGyver was gonna come back. What's up, MacGyver?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
You're talking about Max appliance god.
Dom is not who he says he is. He's from the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Too soon.
That's abbreviation for Dom.
We've been infiltrated, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Max.
So how are we all doing?
I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well, bud.
That's good.
Yeah.
See, when Dom was a little kid, he read all those encyclopedia books.
How did you know? How did you know? But the thing is,
I had the National Geographic.
Yeah, my buddy used to collect all the national.
I had Pumpkin Wagnalls.
See, there you go. I had the same ones too, by the way, Matt. But I collected them. I didn't actually read them.
I lived for the African Playboys.
Those are in the National Geographic, yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah. I had those too.
They banned them at school.
Yeah. There was a copy in my high school, but somebody took it.
Yeah, at least y'all honest about it.
Oh.
There was also in my high school, there was a Beatles an Apple record. They had the Apple record label. That went away too.
All right. Sorry for interrupting. What were we talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about the unknown stuff to the known. Talking about how can anybody confirm who or what is a god? Again, this is speculation Saturday.
Oh, like Mr. Jeffries not unlived, and Charlie Kirk's still alive. Them stuff.
Sure,
Could be.
you can tell them, yeah.
Well, I believe they're still alive.
Okay, you're a believer then.
I'm a believer. I couldn't deceive her if I tried.
Did you know that President Trump is actually Elvis?
I don't know about that, but I knew Biden was like what? 2 different people played Biden before.
Biden.
Oh yeah, there's Biden's got clones and actors, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just heard about Elvis's Trump. Could be. Who knows? I wouldn't doubt it. Just watch Scooby Doo.
Damn kid. If you weren't for your meddling kids, I would have got away with it.
Yeah, Trump is
Scooby Doo has been trying to tell people for years.
Donald Trump been trying to
George.
yeah.
At the end, when they rip the mask off, they'd be like, "Oh, Mayor Johnny," or fucking Police Chief William.
Yeah, Chief William is Donald Trump. Yeah.
But we say words, guys. Sorry, guys. We say words like, "Who knows?" Meanwhile, we miss the obvious. There's many believers. They'll believe in those stories.
Yeah.
Or believe them all.
Well, there's quite a few.
I don't believe the Trump thing. No, I don't. I can't see it.
To have a conversation about a book called the Bible, and to take any position that you don't believe in the book, or you believe.
Did you call it the Babel?
Yeah, it's a Babel too. It could be a
the Babel.
So at that point, you have to be a believer of some sort. How many times you hear atheists? I can prove there's no God. Oh, you're a believer.
I believe the atheist, right?
There you go. You're a believer then. You know,
he's blind.
Which is fun to play with, and I pursue it that way. To me, it's fun because we're using words. I'm not making it personal with them. I find the words we use fun. But for a lot of people, they think it's the same thing. Well, Dom, you're offending me. I said, okay. If I was offending you, if your mom got mugged or your daughter got raped, but you're thinking the words are offending you, interesting. Sounds like you're pretty shallow, but hey, no problem. Have some arm floaters for those shallow end of the pool.
Well, my mother just got rear-ended and they took off.
Is she okay? Is she okay at least?
Yeah.
Okay. It sucks. Hopefully those people will come forward.
Right. Now, I found out that my wife's friend, she's got hit and run a couple of times, but she's got balls. She chases these people down and she gets the information.
Yeah, you should. You would think, you know,
Chicago's terrible.
Yeah, for your own consciousness. But then again, that's human behavior. If most people can get away with it, they will. So it's not about right and wrong. It's about getting away with it. So now we have a time of age of information where the elite, whoever they may be, they're arrogant enough to say, listen, we think the masses are so fucking stupid that we'll talk about this openly.
Yeah.
They actually have no regards for the masses.
Yeah.
Hence the word goyim, NPCs. They use focus groups to make those words, and then we repeat them.
They laugh at us.
Well, we should be laughing at ourselves. This way they'll say, listen, they're not even taking this serious anymore. No, I'm not.
Hey, I'm too busy watching, what is that, Fag Bunny and the Super Bowl stuff. Yeah, I've got time for the other stuff.
Yeah. You don't want to take away from your other indoctrination, Matt.
They call him Bad Bunny.
Fag.
He'd be hopping on and off dick.
Yeah.
But he probably got paid.
Hey.
And probably got paid well for it, based on what most people, we chase money, whether we want to admit it or not.
They packed his fudge.
Yeah, I got a Mexican friend. I said some of the lyrics he was saying, hard dick in his song in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's all perverted softcore. Yeah. It's all porn.
No wonder they didn't have a translator.
Yeah. But you think about the number of kids that listen to that shit.
Hey, Mom, got a hard dick.
Imagine the person doing sign language, right? And then the lyrics says sucking dick. She's got to do the hand sign for sucking dick, like she's sucking a dick. That would be hilarious.
Well, if it was labeled for adults only, yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. There's a lot of children in the seats.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't care. They want to corrupt the young children's minds, man. That's
well, of course.
The whole fucking plan, you sick motherfucker.
Don't forget some of the adults. They're still children.
Yeah.
You're being polite again, Mac. You're saying some.
Oh, come on. Quit analyzing every little freaking word I say, man.
Gotta go a little bit bigger. Go bigger, go home.
I'm gonna go to Fantasy Island and talk to Mr. Rourke.
Yeah.
Dom,
Mr. Rourke.
Dom's on the roll today.
Mr. Rourke, my dream is to talk to Dom, and Dom doesn't know anything, and I know it all. How you do that?
I'm just questioning the word.
Don't worry. I get like that too sometimes with Dom, but Dom is just trying to show stuff from different angles, you know?
Yeah,
Look
Dom
at things
knows I'm
from
joking.
different
Dom knows I'm
Oh, I
joking.
know you are, Matt. You guys are all jokes. I appreciate it. No, but like I said, I like to play with words. So when somebody says, in this case, you had said some that are.
He's a word pervert.
Yeah,
He's a word Nazi.
I'm a kinky person that way. Yes. Well, it's an English language. I'm trying to have clarity, and I just speak out loud. You know, when I hear. Go ahead.
What I see, the people want to pour up their own children.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one behind the social studies book. There's no one there.
Yeah. I'm gonna start talking gangster so he can't analyze my words. You fitting me? Huh? You fitting?
Dom knows gangster.
I know gangster.
See, that word fit is you having a fit or is it a fit? What is it? Is it
Dom, you speak gangster, Dom.
I would have to use the word
Dom,
yo yo yo.
Dom.
Yo yo yo.
yo yo yo? What are you playing with the yo yo?
Yo yo
I
yo.
like yo-yos.
I want egg yolk.
Egg yolk yo.
No, I don't mind hearing gangsters, but the problem is,
Yo,
some gangsters,
don't make me yoke you up.
it's usually the self-absorbed gangster, like, oh,
Yeah.
my community is the toughest it's ever been. Like, get out of here. You probably had
It's
a
my
problem.
block.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you
my
own
block.
anything on it? No.
Yeah, I'm on O Block over here.
I own the streetlights.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? I never see them having a job. That's funny.
No, that is their job.
Well,
He's guarding a piece of sidewalk.
Yeah.
My piece
Yeah.
of sidewalk.
you don't see them in any good jobs or something because they talk like that. You know, when they're getting interviewed, it's like, okay, check. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Okay, sir.
But people forget. Don't ever sleep on these organizations. They have evolved. You know, a lot of them are getting less into the streets and more into legal money, where they got fucking, these gangs are in police departments, fucking the military, fucking lawyers, corporations. They're doing bigger and better things.
Yeah, those are different kind of games.
In a way,
But the office got a street address. The office is the street.
What about
shit.
instead of the elite, whoever they are, they've evolved. The masses have devolved.
Oh,
They got a list who they are.
You know, because you hear terms like starving artists. There's starving gangsters out there. They can't even
He
make
spreads
ends meet.
generously.
Yeah.
Starving gangsters are suffering.
What about starving husbands?
The elite
Yeah.
think they're on top of the world until money no longer matters.
Time
And
out.
then what are they? They can't pay their way out of nothing.
Mac just brought out starving. Was it starving
Yeah.
husbands?
What, I got to give her a cookie to get some nookie? What's going on here?
You know something? You have you're a golden husband. Trust me. I've heard you. Your wife has helped you quite a bit, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
But I get what you're saying. There's people out there.
Oh, she was here listening to me. She gave it right back. You know that, right? Oh, yeah. Maybe 2 times fold. Yeah. But there was a time that she didn't give it back. She'd get all pissed off. And then she learned how I was always joking around, and she knows I'm never serious. And she gave in. She jokes right back.
Yeah,
But
but
she makes it funnier.
But I've heard you, Matt.
Donald Trump not a gangster to y'all?
Say it again, Yahweh.
Donald Trump not a gangster?
He's a wankster.
Is he a gangster?
Elvis Presley.
He's been conditioned to be a spin doctor. I don't know if he's a gangster. You know, he specializes in bankruptcy, so he understands.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
What's gangster?
He could be a gangster. Is he what are those
Gangster.
gangsters? Organized crime. So yeah,
Trump
he
is
understands.
a dark magician. That's what Trump is.
Is he? Is he really, Charles?
Look at his lineage. He's related to royalty.
I don't know about that. More like spoilty.
He does whatever the deep state tells him to do, and he's got a few options on his own. That's
His
about
father, if it wasn't for his pops, I don't think he'd be where he's at.
Nope.
And
Same
that's
thing with
fine.
Barron. Same thing with Barron.
Yeah, it's all family line.
I think Barron
Yeah.
Trump is going to be way better. When Barron Trump gets older, I think he's going to see what his father has done, and he's going to go in a better direction in his pops.
Or he can be the Antichrist.
Tribalism. They'd get rid of him. They'd get rid of him if they
No.
thought that would happen.
Okay, well,
His son looks like he's got his head on his shoulders, and
They'll lobotomize him
okay, so
electronically and reprogram him.
here's an example. A guy like Clinton. Okay, do you think he was somewhat smart or clever?
Huh.
I don't know nothing of that.
Okay, so a guy like him,
Clinton?
Clinton. You know, him and his wife. You know, when they were governors, they're the right kind of egotistical people that people above them said, we'll have them there because we can always make them the fall guy. So a guy like Donald Trump, no offense, he probably understands quite a bit of stuff to a certain point, but he's a puppet.
they all are.
Well, not all of them.
Puppeteer.
You know, so
He's
they
also
need.
taking over the Clintons' cocaine business.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm going with it. So
How
you need.
about the Clintons' hit business? All these hits they put out.
Yeah, you need middle management. You have to have different tiers, and you have to have some of them. They're going to be fall people. You know, like with Epstein or the Playboy Bunny organization, all that kind of stuff. And what they do is, it's like DDT when they brought it out. They knew it was probably not healthy for us, but we're gonna use it, make a buck, and once we go to something different, we're gonna throw that to the wolves. So when they throw some of these characters to the wolves, that's just to give the masses the false sense that they're finally gonna do something. No, they're not. They don't give a shit about you.
Thank you, Dom. I've been saying this forever, man.
Yeah.
Just like with the Epstein files, it's the same thing. People are like, "Oh, they're finally cleaning up house." No, they're not.
No.
Donald Trump is one of the best at it, I think, because he keeps you on the edge of hating him and having hope for him, right? He's good at it.
You that's hating him and not having hope for him. You the puppeteer.
Yeah, he's good at it.
Well, again, Max, it's one of those things. Once you realize, well, you probably do know it, but I'm just going to say it out loud. They hoisted him up when they brought him up into the WWE. They're going to condition a generation. So when he becomes what we need him as a bigger puppet, people are going to say, it's been so engraved in him. I know his name. Think about Ronald Reagan. Who's best?
Look who they're bringing up now. That's who your next leaders are going to be.
Yeah. You know, so it's all theater. So you need good actors. Give them a script, let them read it. And that's what they do. They read things like a budget.
You hungry, Mama?
You know, you got to catch on those words. What does it mean when a government gives you a budget? Change the word to an allowance. When they're collecting taxes, why are the government collecting taxes? Who are they collecting it for?
Yeah, but see,
legal extortion.
What they need to do is come up with a committee, the Epstein file committee, because when they want something to be true, don't they come up with the committee, like the 9/11 committee, the January 6th committee? You know what I'm saying?
But who are they? But who are they, Mac?
A committee.
I know, but who are they?
I used to belong to a committee. I belonged to the itty bitty itty committee when I was younger.
Well, they've already told you that if they thought there were any crimes in there, they would have charged them already.
The A is you. You would have charged them already.
Yeah. They would have done something already.
Yeah,
Done.
So they hoist up the judges in those systems and hoist up the media in that system, and they're the ones that are going to prosecute this guy. That's not going to happen. They'll give you the illusion.
Cute cat.
They'll be tried in the court of public opinion, but that's about it.
Again, public opinion. Where's the private opinion? That's what counts. Again, they use these terms openly. And people just think, oh, yeah, well, they're talking to us. No, they're talking past you. Public information is exactly what that is, public information. But is that what's running these countries? No, not even close.
When they throw them hand signs up, or handshakes. They're communicating to those in the know.
There you go. The ones that are above them. You know, it's like when you have a president, somebody's going to interview them, some journalists out in the crowd or whatever. Those are handpicked.
You that see them doing the handshake.
So what's that?
There's many different grips.
Yeah, the theater kids rule the world. You know those people in the theater class, man? They rule the world.
Those Archie kids. I love
Yeah.
them.
It's you. The theater class is you.
It's always us, Yahweh. It's always us.
You know, Dom, I think they even communicate through movies and code too.
Oh, for sure. Well, they did it with art.
No, you communicating the movie in code.
Shh, too soon, Yahweh. Too soon. We're always communicating in code. We're confusing yourself, but we think it's other people.
Yeah, the day that nobody ever seen or talked to. They is artificial intelligence. It's you, the puppeteer.
Mm-hmm.
The Atlas that hold the world on his shoulders.
Yeah. And, you know, and if you're honest with yourself and you look at the system the way it is, you almost have to give them a knee. Like, holy fuck, this is good. I wish I was a piece of that.
Yeah, you are the puppeteer to you, to your body, being the puppet. Your higher self is the puppeteer.
Yeah.
But
My
most
wife's
people don't even know that. They'd rather be the fucking puppet.
Right. My wife's got breakfast, guys. I'll be right back. All right.
Later, Mac.
All right.
All right.
And then you get other people that would turn around. Sorry, Yahweh. When other people turn around and say, "Well, if I was in the system, but then I would be harming other people." Well, fuck. What do you think people do online? And they're not even getting paid, and they're rude to each other. So now imagine somebody. Go ahead, Yahweh. Go ahead.
They rude to themselves.
Yes.
I didn't teach them how to be rude to them.
And if you pay somebody enough money, they'll play both parts. You want me to be an idiot? No problem. You pay me enough money, I'll tell you exactly what you think you want me to hear.
When you lie, you're only lying to yourself.
Sure you are. Yes. But then again, the question would be, what is the lie then? Because remember, we can justify almost any word.
Trying to get over on something.
It can be, or somebody might turn around and say, I don't call that a lie. What do you call it, Dom? I call it business.
Damn.
Again, you see, that's what, see, this is where people.
And that's what I'll be thinking. That's a cold motherfucker. I'm staying away from him.
I was going to say it's lukewarm. Because it's business for most people. Remember, this is my version of it anyway. The main dogma for me is commerce. Outside of who I truly am, it's commerce. Forget about religion. Religion needs commerce. State needs commerce. People that talk back and forth about the fucking Earth's surface or the globe or whatever, and they're on YouTube or whatever, they're helping business. The got you moment, as long as I can make a buck off it, I'll tell you whatever you want. You want a W? You want an L? I'll tell you whatever you want to hear. Now, a person might say, well, Don, but you're not caring. I said, are you sure I'm not caring?
But they ask for your service.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's stories. We tell each other stories on a regular basis. Now, it might sound like, wow, that sounds really good. Dom gave me a really good story, but it's still a story, right?
You serving them a story.
Yes, I am. Guess who I served first? Me.
Yeah. There you go.
I like making up stories.
All in one. Yeah, I guess.
There was this alien, and it was a tall alien, of course. I think it was a dinosaur alien, and it lived in Tartaria. It was this melted city or whatever. These are stories.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if I give you pictures, like being like in grade school, here's some pictures of Tartaria, and here's a picture of a giant. Next thing you know, I'm telling other people the story.
Here's a picture of Obama Trump.
Or Michael. You know, they tell us that his wife was a male. Could be.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it either, but at the same time, could we prove it? Anybody have to squeeze it?
Yeah, we got to get Michael and pull down the pants, but who are we going to get to do that?
Okay.
Isn't that what Shakespeare did the way they described Shakespeare, that they would be making fun of the king by having men dress up as women, and then basically make fun of the king, even though the king thought, oh, they're telling a story. You know, how many people would actually be that little child where the king that has no clothes? Everybody else is so conditioned, you can't say that about the king. But meanwhile, an innocent of a child said, he's fucking naked. The king probably has more admiration for that kid than for the rest of the people that serve in his kingdom. You know? Again, whatever they say on the media, I cut it in half, and I'm usually suspicious on the other part. And then if I'm not suspicious of what's being told on the broadcast, I'm very suspicious of the people that are hearing it. The masses are more suspicious.
I'm suspicious of
Never
myself.
forget.
There you go. There you go.
I'm the one thinking I comprehend that milk.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the day I was watching the news and the guy was standing in this water, and it was supposed to be a hurricane. I don't remember which one, but the point is he's standing in the water that's up to his knees, and he's like, and the wind is blowing, and going on and on. Then all of a sudden you see people walk behind him regularly. This cat wasn't fronting. He was in the fucking, I don't know where he was, but he wasn't in no fucking hurricane. I tell you that. He gave himself up, and the people walked behind him. He tried to make it look like he was in the flood, and I'm gonna try to find that video. And right then and there, I realized, man, if they do that for this story, what else do they lie about to get stories? You know,
it's a television from the start.
Could the illusion be is that we use words like it's a lie, let alone the truth? You know, I always find it interesting. Are people being honest, or are they talking about the truth? I would lean more towards, are they being honest with themselves? Forget about me. You can tell me whatever story you want, because it might not serve me to know whether or not the guy's full of shit.
Hey, I heard a black man created the phone, and then I heard the white man created the phone bill. When I heard that shit, I said, wow, that's so true, man.
Where's the midget in all of that?
I don't know, but it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, if a so-called black person is telling a joke, it makes it even more funny to me. Because the way they put, you know, their energy into it.
Those people know how to bullshit.
Yeah.
It's more belief systems.
Well,
that's why when people say bullshit, I'm like, okay, so you want to buy belief systems? Do you want to buy it? Because you got to buy it to a certain point before you want to actually start investigating and say, how do I know? Like, how do you know that? Go ahead, go Yahweh.
That's why people say people quick. If they be bullshit, they can say it rocks. Black people can say it rocks, and people are buying it.
Well, the fact that anybody calls each other black or white is kind of humorous, when it clearly shows that you're not black or white, you're dark skin or light skin, and it can change at any given moment. But I get it.
Right? They call us white, but my skin's more reddish, if anything.
More like a pinkish or whatever. But I get it. It's sloppy. You know, at that point, you know what that is? It's sloppy language.
When I look up the word white, I do not see skin color.
No, exactly. Yep, I'm with you on that, Yahweh.
Yeah, so black people is dirty people. It don't matter your skin color.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of burnt umber.
You're burnt umber. You know, and if they're not classifying themselves based on the color of the skin, which is not even correctly, they're going to classify them based on their country or their religion or what sexual preference it is. That's all divide and conquer at that point. Now, because it does serve, depends where you're at. If you're just the masses, you're going to be enslaved to it. If you're on the other side, that's business as usual. As long as they keep believing that they're an American, Orthodox American, a Black Orthodox American, a gay Black Orthodox American,
Well,
that's all for me.
Even these globalists are still tribalists, right? We're all tribalists.
Hey, Max, I got to give them kudos. They're working together.
Yeah, they're actually doing it.
We're not.
No.
We're busy dividing ourselves. You know? I gotta hate an American. Why
Your
do I
tribe's
hate
stronger than our tribe. That's all it is, really. You need a stronger tribe, guys.
Well, you got to be stronger with yourself first, so you have. Then we can each have something to offer to the tribe, right?
Well, people are good followers, so you set the example, and maybe.
Well, see, Max, for me, that following, the leading and following should be done from within first.
There's only 10% people are leaders. So.
I would say 100%. But unfortunately, most people don't activate it. So, for example, I might be with you, Max, and you're good at something. I say, okay, Max better than me at this. So, Max, would you mind leading at this? But I also do know how to lead for myself in that area too, and also know how to follow. But if somebody shows that they have a better skill at it, how about you do that? And then maybe something else that I'm better at leading, I will do that. But ultimately, you have to be your own leader and follower first and foremost. Now, when you're younger, you can energetically pick up from your parents, and then your parents can teach you the mechanics for your body. But our energy is going to absorb whatever we're around. But if they get confused, mom only does certain things, but dad does only certain things, but they don't communicate that, whether internally or externally, the child's going to be confused.
Well, we just follow what we see, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like saying to somebody you're an extrovert opposed to an introvert. No, you're both. If not, you're all things. This is where we get caught up in the division part. I get we can play with cycles, but those cycles are together, hence why it's a cycle. It's not about either or. That's divide and conquer. And even that, it's an illusion that you think you're dividing. How do you divide energy? Now, somebody will say,
you put it through a Venturi slit. You put it through a Venturi slit.
You could. But then again, you would be looking at it from what? A division from within? Like, is that even possible? Like, I get the material could be divided. Again, these are just things that, people ponder things. I'm giving people the idea that, okay, I'm pretty sure some of us have thought of some of these things. If not, because I don't expect to come here and speak Latin, but most people here have never even spoken Latin before. But I figure since we all have a common language, they've probably had those thoughts before. If not, open up a page, don't understand the word, look it up.
Well, the language is
different. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. I could probably get by with some Spanglish, Spanish. Because Spanish ain't even Latin. It's Spanglish.
But again,
I think Puerto Ricans don't speak Latin. I think they speak Spanish.
Spanish come from the Latin.
But I also heard there's different forms of Latin too.
Yes, there is. It's kind of like looking at an element chart. You use different types of elements, you'll get different results. You use different types of languages in different hemispheres from different kinds of humans, you're going to get different outcomes. Even though from the outside say, well, that person sounds like he's speaking Spanish. Yes. But are you picking up the tonality? Are you picking up what type of words that he's combining together? Language is a beautiful language. As much as people say it's a spelling, I said, but we choose to we use these words. If not, then person says, well, I had no choice. No, that's a lazy person interpretation. You always have choices. It matters. Now the question is, how many choices did you have?
I'd have to turn it off to stop the vibrations from hitting me.
Well, choices, all choices.
Well, again, some people are limited in their awareness, so they wouldn't even know that those choices exist. Sometimes when people say they have no choice, they're almost making it sound like as though it's been held back from them.
Not knowing it exists is a choice.
Yes. It's like planning. I choose not to plan, so you have a plan then. You choose not to plan. There you go. But what happens is some people treat it like, and then they get upset when somebody says, you're sounding like a victim now. I had no choices. The government, you know how they are. I said, have you ever informed yourself how the government works? Well, not really. So then how can you say the government harms you? Oh, I forgot. You're self-absorbed. You're living in a bubble and somebody's throwing what? Rocks at your bubble?
I think I got what I asked for.
We always do. whether we're aware of it or not.
They say never throw rocks if you live in a glass house.
From inside, yes. From outside, they might be helping you.
If you live in a glass house, throw up. Yeah, it's good.
Like Max, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard people talk about this is a hell realm. It's a trap. Okay, so my question would be, instead of spending enormous amount of energy trying to figure out how to get out of here, well, how did you get in here? How did you get in here?
That's the question.
Wasn't there a movie called Glass House? Or I think the movie 13 took place in the glass house. I forgot. I don't know why I thought it. I'm gonna look it up.
Education is the glass house.
Now, for some folks, if they hear this kind of stuff, if they've already come in thinking, I want to go to a group of atheists that hate God, that's what they're going to get out of it. And if they go into a group of Christians and they want to denounce it, that's what they're going to get out of it. Opposed to, are you going to go in there with a beginner's mind? Sorry, go in there with a beginner's mind and entertain all kinds of ideals, but don't feel as though you need to judge any of it.
I told you. It was the supernatural horror film 13 Ghosts. That's a good movie. 13 Ghosts takes place in this like sophisticated haunted house. I don't know what to call it, but it's a good movie. It's like this glass house that holds these spirits in it. 13 of them.
Ghostbusters.
It's a good movie. 13 Ghosts.
Mm-hmm. And that's where some of these movies and TV series, what they do is they present thought-provoking. For some people, and for some people, it confirms what they want to believe. But
you ever think how mirrors, the original mirrors were made? Like some people I've heard won't put mirrors in their house. They don't want to look into their eyes or something. I've heard all these theories.
You ever play that game where you put a towel in front of the mirror, but you leave a little bit of the mirror open, and it literally you can look straight at the towel?
Of a game. I remember doing Bloody Mary, and I don't think I ever made it to 3.
Like I said, Charles, you ever play that game where you put a towel in front of the mirror, leave the mirror a little bit open, you can look at the side of the mirror, but the towel's in front of you. Why are you still able to see yourself behind the towel?
Oh, no, I haven't done that, but I've seen the experiment done. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And what are mirrors? Are they fucking portals?
Some cultures don't agree with images because they figure you can capture something in it.
Yeah, Native Americans don't like pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, the old school ones.
But meanwhile, we'll do things like cameras, recording machines. Those are all capturing something. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's capturing.
It's capturing your light. Yeah. Like even you're literally not you, but your light is going through a fucking cord. I always think like that's wild shit, man. Like when you really like just think about a television or a camera to transfer your image or your light through that.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, Yahweh. You have that idea where you start pondering, okay, who gave us this technology? And then you talk to somebody, not to offend Christians or Muslims or whatever, and say, listen, the Muhammad or the Jesus that you're talking about, what do you think they would ponder if those people existed if you showed them a camera? Because that technology probably didn't exist then.
They would want to reach more people to further their cult.
Maybe.
Bro.
Unless all the stories have been all made up and so listen, we haven't lived that long and we've been living like this who knows how long, and it's just a cycle that keeps going over and over again. Maybe.
Inside of you.
Oh, it's always inside of me. I know that part.
Yeah. For me,
but for a lot of people, we get caught up in the external part, forgetting that we're always inside ourselves during the conscious state. You know, when I'm here, I'm not over there, and when I'm there, I'm still here. It's kind of like being in the moment. When you're in the moment, there is no yesterday and there's no tomorrow. You're in the moment, but you can use your memories and your imagination as you're still here.
Damn. Imagine being born blind. So that means you never seen anything in your life. How could you picture anything in your mind?
But if I told you you already were born blind, Charles, I'll give you an example. A blind person is a person that, we'll say, has eyesight, is trying to explain to a blind person a red truck. Now, the blind person says, I've never seen a red truck. So they start touching something that somebody calls a red truck. The blind person asks the person that can see, where have you ever seen the word red in truck? Well, I've never seen it. So you've been blind the whole time.
That's right. Because a blind person can see the way they see.
Yeah. Now, what people are talking about is the object that they give names to it. You know, it's like when somebody says red. How do you know that's red? Well, look, it's red over there. I said, no. How do you know it's red? What do you mean? Where's the word red? It's not over there.
You're the only one that can see color.
So they say. Or we associate the colors.
Oh, I'm the only one that can see color.
Yeah. Well, some people can. That's why when people do certain substances, next thing you know, they're seeing something in this unknown. Maybe all of those things are in the unknown, but the senses can only pick up so much. And then what we do is we associate.
Yeah, the professional knows what's best for us. Well,
we can speculate.
I am the professional, acting like that's the professional knowing what's best for me. I made professionals up. So I think when one allows the day to name their color, they'll control them. They can't control them.
You're so
It's probably a billion different colors, but we can improve
it. Like we have numbers. Even though there might be primary numbers, like primary colors. But again, we're using words to describe these things. That's the divide and conquer. Yeah, even though it seems that we're doing it over and over again. So go ahead.
Yeah, we acting like we see the same color.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
So that's dividing me or you from the original color that has no name in the language.
Like there's rules you gotta participate while you're in these, you know, I call them suit, temple, whatever. You gotta participate. That's why when people say I don't believe in rulers, I say, well then how do you think the system works?
Yeah, it's square footage all around the city.
Like I know I have to call something if I'm going to talk to my buddy and say, okay, over there, there's a rock. I have to give it a name because if not, he's saying, what are you pointing at? I'm pointing at that object over there that I call rock.
How far is the rock? How big is the rock?
Again, you're right, exactly. Now we have to use identifications by gauging it now. Yeah. Hence why time is an illusion. Go ahead.
Yeah, which is education.
Yeah, we bring it out at that point. Yes,
it's right there in your face.
We got to measure. We got to measure stuff.
Yeah, and what do we measure with a different variation of language? Like, you know, like it's 3 feet over there, or it's 2 meters. It just reveals that we can use different ways to gauge things. You know, a clock. What is a clock based on? It's based on the signs in the skies. You know. Well, that's time. No. Those are gauges on the signs in the skies. Literally, that's what it means.
It's based on you.
It's always going to be on me. I realize that. You know, I'm the one that's actually interpreting all of that.
Yeah, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Yeah.
You know, if all of a sudden we start playing with energies again, and people say, okay, so are we going to follow the Georgian calendar? No, we should literally work with the signs in the skies. Those are energies. That's why when they used to talk about the lunar and solar calendar.
And place your riches in heaven.
Mm-hmm. Yep, heaven's up there. Down here could be called hell, but it's not a bad thing. It's just hell. Like, it's the material. You have to have something sort of concrete if you're going to have this type of experience. If not, then you're not having a physical experience. You're having a different type of experience.
Being held to the ground.
I got to jump off here. You guys want to stay on here while I go to the store? It's going to take a while, but
up to you. Up to you. I can hang around for a little bit, Yahweh and Max, if you want. I think even TZ wanted to come up.
I don't know. TZ, do I got permission to be here?
I'll stick around for a bit, but I got some shopping to do.
Okay.
TZ, do I have permission to be here?
when well, I'll wait till Max. Yeah, Max goes shopping, then I'll go shopping. I gotta go to the store too. My cat won't leave me alone.
I'll give it.
She eats more than I do, man. This cat. I just fed her a can this morning. She wants to eat.
Made up the power.
Cats aren't supposed to eat that much, man.
I love it. I love it.
My cat's had huge shits this morning. I don't know. Maybe there's something in the air.
Could be.
Yeah.
The solar. Something's happening up in the solar skies, in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to speculate,
yeah, I can't see the chat because I'm looking at these.
Kind of like your nephew wants you to spin them around, and you spin them around enough, you want to have a rest, and the nephew like
let's see.
Hey, Truth Zone, spin me again, like.
Take another spin on the merry-go-round. What kind of horsey did you get this time?
TZ probably left. Damn, what the hell?
Once I witnessed the display of power, then I'll help him to have it.
Yeah, I don't even want to go to the store.
Yahweh shows powerful.
Then you might have to figure out what you can do without, Charles.
Yahweh got that demonic laugh.
Hey, Truth Zone.
Hear me again.
Hold on. Doe.
Hey, Truth Zone, do I have permission to be here, sir?
Coming down.
Spin me again.
You got to go down.
Spin me again.
Made me think of that song, Spinning Wheel. It's a good song.
Come on, Come on, Spin me again,
Man. Man, whoever does these, what's the GIF mean? Something file. But whoever makes these lightning ones suck. Like, I don't know. I'm looking for backdrop stuff.
Hey, Truth Zone, I like when you display your power.
You like what, nigga? Hold on. Say what?
I like when you display your power.
What power? What are you talking about?
Do I have permission to be here?
Man, I don't get you, bro. You can be anywhere you want to be, nigga. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, once you display your power, I'm trying to help you to have it.
You said what?
Once you display your power,
Bro, stop talking to me. I'm going on me. Hey, what's up, Charles?
Yes, sir.
I'm going back on me for a bit. I'll be back.
It's good, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Boop.
Give it a minute.
Let's see.
Great bets.
What the fuck?
I want the whole world to see your power. I step up and be a display. Like I do it. Demonstrate on me.
Interesting.
I'm tooting my horn.
Oh, what's this shit?
He's like, come here, puppy. Come here, boy. Come here, girl. Come on, puppy. Come on. I'm being nice to you. Don't you?
There we go. I got blood, sweat, and tears lined up for later. Spinning wheel.
Blood. What?
And I say, get off of me. Spin me again.
It's always a
I'm
trick.
the painted pony. Let the spinning wheel spin. Everybody get on your painted pony.
Go ahead, little nephew. I'm gonna spin you enough. Spin me again.
That's what life is like. Take another spin.
So what you want, hey, bro? You ain't no peace, man.
Oh, you're glitching out bad.
Max Vision, what's up? Huh? Mic check. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Mic check.
We hear ya.
You ain't got no Valentine, bro?
Yeah.
Another day in the hell realm, right? We down here in the hell realm.
Yeah, spin me again. Yeah. Spin me again.
Yeah, you ain't man. Shut your weird. Why are you so weird, y'all? What's wrong with you, man?
Like just starting the engine, bro. It's just like
Did your mom hug you as a kid, my nigga?
It's like starting the lawnmower, man. It's like
Did you get any attention as a kid, bro?
What ready to cut grass. The lawnmower ready to cut grass
You're in a
now.
hell realm if you think you're in a hell realm.
Yeah, well, you a weirdo, bro. You know that? What's up? What you say, Don?
Yeah, to me, I just started the lawnmower and now it's ready to cut grass.
Nigga, what are you talking about?
Bro, when I talk, I'm starting the lawnmower with you.
Man, shut your dumb ass up.
We'll just cut that grass. There you go. Spin me
Shut your
again.
dumb ass up. Get out there and cut the grass.
Spin me again. Spin me again. Come on, Come on.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up with your Bex? Hey, Bex, go to my. Matter of fact, I'm about to get up out of here. Hey, Bex, go to my channel real quick and hit the panel. I'm out. Hey, I'm out of here, Charles. I'm gone.
Oh man, don't be, no, I just got to cut grass. I just got started.
All right, man, y'all be easy. You're fixing my panel. I'm out of here though. All right, y'all.
I just got started. Please don't leave. Please don't leave me. Please.
Oh. You trigger him too much. Got too much real estate in his head.
Papa True Zone, you always leave me alone. Daddy. Only you. Only me. I'm the only one.
You are true stone repellent.
Like dotting all the I's, and crossing all the T's.
He always lost his mind. Nah, I think he always smoked some weed, man.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Hello, what happened? What happened? I was on my way in. There were 5 people here. Now there's 5 people here. There should have been 6. What? Where did Truth Zone go?
Truth Zone left.
He said you got to go over to his panel there.
Oh, did you guys make a scene?
Yeah, it was Yahweh.
Max, was it you?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, it's that hard-headed chap in the Charleswood daycare.
Whatever we were laying down, he's not digging.
Well, I just want to say happy Valentine's Day in this hell realm, everyone. You know, nothing says Valentine's Day 2026 like, you know, independently spending it alone in your house, talking to strangers on the internet. Right?
I never knew it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you going to do your corporate celebration?
Like, I love corporate celebrations.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're the best. They're the best. I brought back Bextra Small, Bextra Svelte, Bextra Slim, right, for Valentine's Day. She's so pretty and wispy little feather of a thing. So, I have that. I thought I'd lost all my avatars in my last phone, and
Kind of looks like a weird duck from a distance.
It looks like a weird duck. I'm not surprised.
It's a duck.
That's her. That's her skirt tail.
Yeah, looks like a duck.
It's a duck blill.
That's it.
Nice.
You can fly. You can swim underwater. That's awesome. I'd like to be a duck. They have every realm. Well, they walk kind of weird, but
they do walk funny. They're birds, and all birds kind of walk funny.
Yeah.
But if I were a bird, I'd like to be a bird that hops lightly on my feet, as opposed to one that kind of waddles like a duck.
Being a crane would be good because you get the long legs, flight and swimming.
It must be exhausting folding those legs up under your body when you fly, though. Like, you know, holding your knees, your legs in tied up on your body like that. Weird.
I don't know. Maybe just grab on or something.
But yeah, I mean, it's actually a good thing. I think we've evolved as YouTubers, as you know, if people are so-called truthers or whatever, you know, we're not sitting here decoding some Valentine's stuff on Valentine's. Like, we've been there, done that, you know? So, just another day in hell. Saturday speculation. Perfect title. Perfect title.
Hell don't have to be evil or bad either. Don't hell mean Sheol or fucking ground?
Oh. Hell is a place.
Everyone goes to Sheol. You just have to pay the ferryman.
Did you guys know, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but everyone does this on YouTube. I don't think I've said it here. Did you know that when Jesus came back from Hades, it wasn't just him that was resurrected. Like, he brought back zombie saints with him.
He did. And
Like,
then
I know they're not called
the
zombie
dead-
saints. Okay, that's my paraphrasing of the Bible. Please, Max. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Yeah, there were 2 zombie apocalypses. You know, that you.
Well, yeah, and I find it fascinating that in this story of resurrection, I'm not trying to get into a Bible talk. I'm trying to talk about the zombie saints, okay? Like, if I want to make a band called the Zombie Saints, you know?
That's a good
sing
name.
like, yeah.
Yeah, people want to pass away because the dead never live and the living never passed away. But you might call them zombies.
Very poetic. Very poetic.
They're the only one thinking all their life is the only one. So all information.
I'm going to write a song in Suno called Zombie Saints. That's what I'm going to do. I might have to leave. Yeah, I might have to leave because like AI is fast. I can make this song in like 3 minutes flat. 3 minutes fat. Isn't that a perfect thing for Extra Small to say?
That's good. I've been about 4 minutes.
Uh-oh. Charles is surrounded.
Uh-oh.
We have taken over. Where is Charles again? I was going to say it's not. Where are you? Connecticut. Yes, Canada has seized Connecticut on the board, friends. It's ours.
Cool.
We seized Connecticut? Right on.
Yep. We've seized Connecticut via Charles Waz.
Awesome.
That's cool. What's going on here? Paused.
You should be waiting for your GST check in the mail, Charles.
What's that?
Money will arrive. We pay taxes on all our goods and services, and then based on our income, they send us back some of the money, make it seem like we're getting a bonus or something.
Yeah,
it does feel like a bonus when you're poor.
They take a few billion and give a couple million back.
They're just giving you back
Exactly.
money. They're
That
just
you
giving
gave,
you
yep,
back
yep.
money
It's
that
a
you took from you.
I know it's a socialist trick, but it's not communism.
Bastard.
So
Why it's okay
not
to
in that
steal
case.
from the government.
If we were full communists, we wouldn't get our money back. We would be like, oh, look, the pothole's been filled or something. Be proud that we paid for it.
That's why I don't get mad at people who rob the government.
I don't think it's a
You
trick
know.
that you find your W-2s when you
Because
get
they
a job.
rob us
You
all day.
you fill out the forms for them to take taxes like you agree to. I don't know what I'm talking, you know. It just seems like
Oh my gosh, I've just been inspired on how to use up all my fucking Suno credits today, friends. Have you guys played around in Suno yet?
What is it? Zombie
It's
Saint?
it's the song. It's Zombie Saints.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about like making a song about someone, just about gematria, and how they're confusing it could get. I could get the AI to write the funniest song. I wrote an AI song. I didn't write it. I asked the AI to write it, but I prompted it. Not in Suno. It's best to make these songs in like Gemini or something and then put them in. But anyways, it ended up, I was trying to get it to pronounce different Jewish words, and I couldn't phonetically get them right. So I had the AI make up a song trying to come up with all these words, and it couldn't say MacGyver either, and it came up with the concept of mullet logic. I tell you, yeah, MacGyver has mullet logic.
Mullet logic.
Oh my God, no, but seriously, the silliest things. It really is. Like, I know people think AI is going to take over the world evilly and stuff, and this could be a trick of the hell realm or whatever. But actually, like, AI is like super silly. You tell it to be silly. I said, make me a funny song about the Eruv, write a silly song about an Eruv, and it totally knew. And if you guys don't know what an Eruv is, it's an invisible fishing. Well, it's a fishing line that runs around a place like Manhattan. All of Manhattan is an Eruv, and it extends on the Shabbat a Sabbath, sorry, it extends the rules outside of your home. So everything is a common space, right? So basically it's like a Jewish loophole. And AI got that right off the bat. And it's one of the funnest songs I've ever written and no one's ever heard.
So is it the poor, like the poor people, I guess, from foreign countries that don't like the I guess the rich people from other countries?
It seems to be the case, yes. But just to be clear, my song doesn't drag the Jewish people at all. It just is a playful song about a way to get around an ancient rule.
But it seems like y'all wanted professional stuff.
It seems we all want what?
Professionals.
Professionals?
Yeah. Like
Can you expand?
Like when you get a job, you go to a professional to hire you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you fill your W-2s out and agree to pay taxes. Like you get what you ask for. But then it's like the immigrants, like they like at a visible war with each other or something.
I don't know. I live in I live on a large island, small community, fucking part of Canada. So I don't know anything about that. It seems to me that people live quite amicably and peacefully here. That no, we seem to be quite happy with the import of our peoples, if that's what we're gonna put it as. They're happy to be here. We're happy to have them.
Immigrants, aliens.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This is the country is built on that, and it seems to be beneficial to us that they arrive, and beneficial to them that they're here. I can't speak on their behalf. Pardon me?
You saying it's beneficial?
I don't know. Charles, can you try toggling? There's some feedback and very quiet. Something's going on with Yahweh's connection.
Always going on with Yahweh. I get defective devices all my life.
Oh, that's better. You're clear now. But you're right. It was like, what? It's like.
All right. Have a good day, guys. I gotta head out.
Say it without sounding.
Good to see you, Max. Have a wonderful day. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
All right.
Have fun with your wife, if you know what I'm saying. None of my business.
Nation against nation.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off soon too. About 15 minutes. I'm trying to I'm so stoned. I'm trying to motivate myself to go to the store.
I'm in another no smoking weed phase. It comes and it goes. Like, a couple weeks ago, I was smoking like crazy all day long, and now just suddenly I'm like, one a day is good for me, if that. So
I know how to say it. In the black community, they thought all of y'all wanted the same thing.
Interesting.
So it looked like kind of like in the black community how they fight amongst themselves. That's what it looked like over there. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be like a YouTube thing, no?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Like, regardless of race or creed, maybe it's just a human thing.
Yes, ma'am.
But it seems to be amplified on YouTube.
Yeah, they only do it in my prison. On YouTube.
Yep, guys. I gotta go. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for the inspiration, not just today in my song making, but in life. I will see you around. Bye for now.
Right, Bex.
Thanks for having me.
Where's Cupid?
Spin me again.
Mr. McNupid. Let's see if this works. And why is there a fucking dot? Let's see. That is the crappiest. Hey guys, this is footage from Mars, or is this Mercury? I think NASA was on Mercury. This is the footage they sent back. They get good signal out there on Mercury. Fuck. Well, that's some good factual footage right there. I mean, I could use that in a debate. People want to challenge me that we can't leave Earth. I got footage right here that we left. Damn, I hope this is just I hope this is the moon by itself. I got this I want to use this, but if it's got a fucking background, I can't use it. Oh, yes, it's by itself. Sweet. I'm going to use that. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
They can't leave Earth. Why I can say that? Because I'm the only one that can see. Who else are they gonna show them tricks and glass houses and stuff to? Like, I'm the only one that can see it.
Let's see. Isn't it odd how possession works? I think they have us in more ways than we have them. I'll say that much. If I'm reading this correctly, all they need, all the person needs to control is the food and the water. And you're fucked.
Control the thought of food and water.
And I didn't even say the electricity or the energy. I left that out.
So they happen in the
Shit,
mind.
all they need to do is control the food. And you're fucked.
Yeah, in the mind. You
That
could go
too.
out. You could go out in nature and find food right now.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, that's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
So they control the food, the thought of food. How people think about food.
That's a good point. Shit.
Which is education.
You're better off fishing every day in these ponds and getting fish and eating that way than going to you probably have a better chance of being healthy than going to the grocery store.
That's why they don't sell the fish that's in that pond down the street. They don't sell your fish. They make trade agreements, it seems. They make trade agreements.
They send you some fish that's been injected with fucking carbon. I seen the Chinese inject it with a dye, and then they use carbon monoxide. Like, the meat is old, and they found ways to make it not smell. And then they dye it so it don't look like it's been dead so long. Like, all these loopholes, and they sell the fucking fish like that.
Which is for outrageous.
Yeah. They sell it right to America, man. We're getting roasted by China. Like,
people want it though. They want the Chinese fish.
If China did COVID, what the hell are we doing buying products from them, right? Especially food. Like none of that
People
shit
want
makes sense. Like, and if that's the case, we got the dumbest politicians ever.
people want COVID. I mean, they want to watch videos on it. And, right, control the mind and
I
do.
was just making a point though that's how much bullshit it is that China's an enemy.
But they wanted China to be the enemy.
Yeah, they want people to think that, but
Yeah,
it
which is
don't
called
make sense.
education.
If a country was my enemy, I'm not fucking doing no trades with them. I'm not, especially food.
It's a country
Like,
called.
what?
It's a country called Hannah, right? And it's inside China. Like, is that true? So people want China.
No, I don't think that shit came from China. I think that shit came from a laboratory here.
Yeah, one
They
thinking
want
about
to
it.
point the finger. They want you thinking outside this country, and the person telling you that China's the enemy, it's them that's the fucking ones doing it.
If you believe them, it's you telling yourself. The mind is first, right? Then then we start talking about other stuff.
Yeah, this Alchemos hit it right on the dot, man. They always put in fear like ICE agents, right? Like there's so many illegal aliens in our country. Like, how do we even know the videos they showed of all these people pouring in were real? Like, I even thought about that when it was going on. Because they like to do a lot of mind control fucking warfare, a lot of psychological warfare.
So where are the legal
All
aliens?
these motherfuckers will make you believe on TV that the country's under attack. And motherfucker, none of that was ever true. They got people going to war for them.
They making they
and they'll
believe
scare
it.
people into getting a vaccination.
I
that
got
you
a
never
rock.
needed.
I got a rock, and you can look at it, and you can see Donald Trump doing cartwheels. People telling themselves what they see. Take your power back. They put on the cigarette, right, on the smokables. They put like a warning, and they'll tell the person that this may do this. Yeah. So television is like a warning. Television. This may television. That's what it seemed like to me. Like I'm getting what I'm asking for, Charles. I'm not trying to knock people down. I'm just know how the English is.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe other people don't know, but it might be too advanced for them.
Yeah, they know they don't want the responsibility over there is better than on yourself.
Technology is magic too.
Yeah.
They want people to believe that they're fucking
teach knowledge.
If they're making clones in the laboratory, I hate to say it, but there's a good chance that
people are already cloned. It's called education.
There's a good chance we all came from a laboratory at some point.
Yeah, it's called school. 1 + 1 is 2 to our level, which is cloning. They don't have to clone your flesh.
Well, yeah, that's true. They don't have to clone you genetically. They could clone you in your mind.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. What you want to be like that rapper and dress like them and talk like them.
There you go.
Rhyme like them. You're already cloned.
Yeah.
Dirty Bastard told me
If
this.
y'all got that
He
good
was
like
saying it in the interview. Old Dirty Bastard said that in an MTV interview about being cloned.
Uh-huh. Shimmy, shimmy,
And
y'all.
nobody, nobody, like, nobody said anything. The whole place was quiet. They were all looking at him like, you know, what are you doing? That's what they were looking at him when he was saying that type stuff on MTV. They didn't like old DB too much. But yeah. I think they use the rap game too. They the way I think some of these murders were fake. Like, man, this shit goes so deep. Psychological warfare is the biggest warfare. Why? You know, technically, I mean, it might come to a point where they don't need to bomb countries anymore. They'll just have this box in your room, which they already do. But I'm saying it's getting to a mass level now, to where the TVs, the governments won't even run the world. It'll be a fucking television that'll come on, and everything will probably be AI, and that's gonna run the world.
It always will. AI been running the world.
I know, but
yeah, the globe on the teacher's desk. Yeah, that globe on the teacher's desk.
It's not in its full effect yet, but it's going to get to that point. It's going to get to a point where you got 50 minutes to prove your innocence. I think that is where it's going. Yep. If we're not careful, that's where it's going to be, and it ain't going to be fun.
That's why it needed people entertained since the 80s, 70s, or 60s, or whatever. It needed them entertained so it would say, it's like we would know what you're going to do before you do it. Because it needed, like training a dog, you know it's going to catch the frisbee.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because it's not one person, it's a beast or a creature, or it's AI in the background.
Yo, I seen this movie on Tubi about the CIA was training. It was a scene in the movie where the CIA guy was training this guy to mentally control him, like you would do with a dog. You'd say sit, roll over with the words, right? But this guy would say something and this dude would just attack and stab, and then he'll say something and the guy would stop and sit back down. I was like, damn, talk about mind control.
Yeah, that's
he
what
probably had him hypnotized. You know, he was in hypnosis, and they use the key words to control the person.
Yeah, so when people watching their show, when you sitting in the room with your family and they watching their favorite show, so they hear certain sounds like good time, anytime you need a payment, like, and you hear that tone it say sit down, like, and when you look around at your family, you see them in a trance. Watching the tail.
Man, I've caught myself I've caught myself looking into the TV where I was so into the show, if that's what you want to call it, that my girl was calling me and I didn't even hear her.
That's what I'm talking about.
I was so nothing around me existed, but I was zoned into that television so much that no sound, nothing around me existed. I was locked in. Like
the border of the TV
being hypnotized.
Yeah, the outside of the TV disappeared, like your DVDs and your game station, like it.
Tunnel vision.
Like, you inside the TV.
Who remembers the old school television days? At night, it'd be, I think it was like 1 or 2 in the morning, the station would go off. People don't know about that.
I do. Then they brought cable
That
to keep the
shit.
freaking on. So the people ask for cable.
Damn, yo, the technology has zoomed.
They
I
ask for it.
got to see almost the whole, well, not the whole, but a good amount of the progression of technology. But
teach knowledge.
Yeah, I think it was like 1 or 2, and the station would go off. It'd be like beep.
Mm-hmm. Or they say the American something American.
This is Sun Broadcasting System.
And then it'll go and make that beep sound.
Teletext. No. I wasn't really like, like even video games. I wasn't into, like, even now.
When the power go out, the telephone still work.
The what?
When the power would go out, the telephone would still work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they never needed electricity. They never needed electricity to do remote control things. Like the phone to make a sound and everything.
I'm thinking about it. Because, yeah, that is true. I can remember the cordless phone would work until the battery died.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the other ones that had the wire connected. I don't remember. No.
Yeah, they still.
There was, yeah, that shouldn't plug into the wall. It just had the phone cord, I think.
Yeah, so the phone would still work even though the electricity go out.
Yeah, that's the Ethernet, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been there. Yeah. The telephone is the television.
I think about if that fucking thing is bending light through a wire and we're coming out on the other end, it's a good fucking chance that this isn't a physical reality that we think it is physical. Yeah, I used to break my thoughts thinking, who thought of sending light through fucking copper wiring? I used to cut the wire and look at it and be like, how is this possible, man? I used to lose my mind thinking like, yo,
a magician.
Just to come up with that, it had to like have happened by a mistake. And they're like, you know what I mean? Like, you got light traveling through
a magician.
Fucking wires, yo. That's crazy shit.
A magician would think of it.
I think there's something with bells too. The tones of bells. I think certain tones of bells will kill parasites too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think some different tones where parasites wouldn't stand a chance.
They said that's why the church bells used to ring though.
Maybe the church bells at the end of hypnosis too, they either snap their fingers or they ring a bell. So I don't know, but
around here the church bells don't ring no more.
No. Well, once in a, I think when I hear this one church, one left is downtown. Once in a while I hear it ring. I can remember hearing the factory whistle every day. And the church bells. No more.
Yeah, they give them the bell on the YouTube notification. Yeah. So they ring that bell, hit the bell. You know, on your Google or your iPhone calendar, some people might have to go to church Sunday. So on Sunday they phone will ring a bell notification. Go to church, time to go to church. Your birthday is today.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I've always been thinking too. Is that Dean? Yeah, that's Dean, Internal Visions, right? Dean changed his name a lot. What's up, Dean? I think that's him. But anyway, it's spot on. The sun and moon definitely are coming from some sort of technology for sure, and the stars. I don't think the stars are solid at all.
I think it's your mind.
They could be that too, projecting. You know that movie 9 I told people to watch? I think Dean might have watched the movie 9, and Bex, I think, was there. But I know Dean was there. And number 3 and 4 were these little guys, and they projected out of their eyes. Their eyes were projector lenses.
Yeah.
And I thought that was symbolic right there.
Yeah, you and your eyesight.
Yeah, they were projecting their thoughts. Or whatever they uploaded. Because they would go around collecting all the information. You got to watch the movie 9, man. It's a good movie. Just put movie 9. It's a cartoon movie, but it's good.
Oh,
and,
no,
and another cartoon movie that has a lot of
yeah, this.
truth in it is Smallfoot. That's more for children, but for some reason, some of these children cartoon movies, they put some truth. And yeah, Smallfoot. I don't like the singing parts in the movie, you know, but at the end is the what was his name? The Stone Keeper or some shit. And how they base their society is the same way they base our society. Shit, who knows what's beyond this so-called ice wall, right? There could be fucking giants out there. It could be, I would love to see that shit. I don't know. Probably get stepped on my first time out. Who knows, man? Who knows? Somebody does. Especially in the 70s. Like, you mean to tell me nobody accidentally flew an airplane to one of these lands that they're hiding from us? Come on. But yeah, let me jump out of here. It's been almost 4 hours.
All right. Thanks for having me, brother.
All right, Yahweh. Appreciate you coming up.
No problem. Appreciate you too. Great light.
And peace to Dom and Max and I'm fucking baked, man. I don't want to do shit. I remember weed used to give me energy. Now this shit dries your mouth out and you be, well, it's always dried mouth out, but this stuff gets you so high you don't want to do shit. You think it's the levels of oxygen or the frequency? Or both? I think maybe the frequency could have played a part too. I would love to travel and find stuff The more they tell me I can't, the more I want to do it. But peace out, everyone. I'll check you out tomorrow. I got to go to the stove. I'm out.